Let's get the show started. The show started. The show started.
We are live in Los Angeles. 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Klein, Allie Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning, just after 7 o'clock on a Thursday morning. Welcome to your Pre-Quen. We are Klein, Allie Show. Lots to get into this morning, including the return of El Cheapo, and El Cheapo may have performed her greatest miracle ever for the residents of Southern California. I saw some footage, and there's some great photoshops happening currently on Klein Alley Show's Instagram of you at the City Council meeting last night fighting for our right for free air.
You know, I have a lot more respect now for Chad and JT, the Party Bros. I believe we talked to them yesterday, and they said that they have made 78 appearances at city council meetings. And it seems ridiculous because they're like, oh, whatever, I have 3 minutes, I can say whatever the hell I want, and then I'll never see these people again. It doesn't matter if there are 5 people in that room or 500. It is extremely intimidating.
Yeah.
And that was one of the most highly embarrassing moments of my life.
I can't wait to relive it today. We've got the full audio, video. It's going to be a great day to be locked in on the socials, locked in on the YouTube. We're streaming live right now. You can find us there at KROQ's YouTube. And we will get to all of that this morning on the show, including, did Allie actually make a difference, or was this a giant waste of everyone's time?
Oh. I think after you listen to what I have to show you, you will know that I've made a difference. There are beginnings.
Yes.
And there are ends.
This is the beginning of something major, guys.
But I will say,
I'm starting a movement.
At the very least, take a moment and head over to the Instagram and look at some of the fine photoshops that you people have done. Allie's image standing in front of City. What City Hall were you in front of?
I was in front of the Agora Hill City Council.
Agora Hill City Council.
Yeah, I actually got to see in person some of the people that were on that ballot that I never filled out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I didn't vote for you.
I was like, oh, that's Nathan Hamburger.
I didn't vote for you.
His name is Hamburger?
There's a guy named Nathan Hamburger, and I remember reading the ballot going, that's funny. I'll vote for that guy.
Yeah, why would you not vote for that guy?
And then I saw him in person. I was like, whoa, this guy actually looks super boring.
Fat guy or no?
No, just as kind of a stand-up, mid-40s, regular white guy.
Boring.
Yep.
We got a decent show planned for you today. On top of that, we'll get you into Universal Studios. We'll give you some more of those cans of the Jake Shack beans. People love the Jake Shack beans so much. I can't even believe, Allie, there's so many celebrities that have called to endorse this product.
Oh, there are so many.
We can't get into it all right now, but I will just give you an idea of just some of the many big-time celebrities that are a fan of Jake Shack beans.
Howdy, folks. It's me, the Colonel.
Oh.
You know, when I'm not choking on chicken, I like to reach for a scotch glass full of Jake Shack beans. Ooh, sweet divots. It goes down smooth.
He eats them out of a scotch glass. I mean, that's classy.
That's
no
beautiful.
classier way to enjoy Jake Shack beans.
Sweet and creamy with a hint of spice. Oh, I love it. And I know you will, too. Why don't you try Jake Shack beans?
Not available in stores. You can only win a can from us this morning here on KROQ. We'll do some more of those tiny towels as well. And we'll give you 4 hours to not think about anything else going on in the world.
Yeah, you can check out fully with us.
A much-needed distraction from anything intelligent at all that is going on. You can spend it with us, and we will get into a little Allie Knows the News action in moments for an easy $100. It could be yours. But first, why the hell not? Some Three Doors Down on a Thursday morning here on the world famous KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. If you're a new listener, welcome. You'll learn to love us or hate us eventually. And for everyone else, thanks for coming back for more Net Bangers. A special good morning to you. Checking us out on the YouTube as well. Apparently, we received a special delivery from YouTube. I don't know if Vanessa's being real hush-hush about it, but she says, it's a surprise. And I said, is it the plaque? Because we got 100,000 followers? And she goes, I'm not telling. So clearly it's the plaque, right?
That's all we would be expecting from them, other than a cease and desist.
But she doesn't want to tell us. Oh, it could be that. We've gotten those before.
Yeah, we've gotten your flagged.
We've gotten cease and desist many times. Oh, I hope it's one of those instead.
I think we got a cease and desist just a couple of weeks ago.
That'd be so
from
fun.
a person in another country, in Thailand.
That'd be so funny if she thought she was bringing us in a plaque to celebrate 100,000 and it ends up being just a bunch of legal forms that say that
we have to
we've been
bring
served.
down our
Yeah, she'd be so disappointed. But she won't tell us. Vanessa, is it the plaque that says we've got 100,000 followers?
Maybe.
See, she won't tell us. She's being very coy.
Vanessa's so good at keeping secrets and also lying about things.
She's the best liar.
Remember we tried to pull that thing on Johnny.
Oh, the prank on Johnny?
And then
she never really went through it.
I know,
but
she was like trying to keep it together in the meeting. And she could not do it.
Which prank on Johnny? Because we have a few that we're cooking.
It was
with
the
right
one
now.
where we were trying to get the boss to get him in for an interview to be the CEO of the company.
When he wanted to be CEO of the company.
I knew that was all the way fake because, first of all, Vanessa does not send emails that well.
Yeah, that was the.
First of all, I asked you to check your email.
The problem
Vanessa was like, "Have you checked your email recently? There might be something important."
We set up a whole. It was really bad acting. We set up a whole. So much effort went into this thing, and we never even got to do it on the air. I'm so mad, but we set up a whole person. We actually hired a person to play the role of the head of hiring department.
No, we went to a third party.
There's someone no one even knows here, and then this person set up a whole email address just to basically send Johnny an email saying, we heard you're interested in being CEO of the company.
I know. And then
We'd
they were
like to do a whole Zoom interview with you, and we were going to listen to the Zoom interview and make fun of him on the air. And then he never checked. This is why Johnny's the problem, because he never checked the email.
And then the guy was like, guys, I sent the email like days ago. Yeah. He's not getting back to me.
I saw the email. I was just like, this looks a little fishy.
But then Vanessa kept going every day. Hey, anyone check their emails
Let's
today?
all make sure we check our emails every day. And then it's like looking at us and smiling all big.
Yeah,
and we're like, Vanessa.
Winking at us. And Johnny's like, is her eye okay? And we're like, we don't know. But yeah, that backfired. Well, listen, that's just more proof that 90% of the things we try to do to make this a better show don't end up happening. So you're stuck with the 10% that fall through the cracks.
So long story short, our YouTube plaque arrived.
Yeah. So anyway, ta-da, we're thrilled. I'm sure we'll bring it in here at some point this morning and we'll pretend we care. More importantly, though, there's this guy who says we've ruined his life.
Hey, D-holes, you guys are ruining my life. Because of the show, I can't start work until an hour later now. My official hours are about 8 to 5, but, normally I start at 10 and then work till 5. Now I can't start working till 11. What the hell? You guys suck.
Summer hours. Everyone loves them.
Sorry.
No one loves it more than us.
No one loves it more than our wives.
Oh, man.
They really hate it.
So anyway, that's a good call to start the show with. We got open phones now at 800-520-1067. If you'd like an easy $100 of Allie's money, and you're up for the challenge of answering 5 questions about the news, we will all learn together. If you've never played before, now is your time. Listen to this. Consider this a sign to call and battle Allie for her money. Allie Knows the News is next at 800-520-1067 after this.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in L.A. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com. Rated KROQ.
Is back on KROQ in the afternoons. People are thrilled you're back, obviously. How's it been going?
Well, it's been going well.
You're happy to be back?
Yeah. I'm happy to be back. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of my home.
That's actually one of the first questions on the lot of
I wish I knew.
But don't worry, we haven't turned it on yet. We got to get John in here. John is our polygraph examiner, and you're very nice to offer to come in here and do this because not that you've ever been dishonest. I would imagine most everything you've ever done and said on KROQ is 100% authentic to you.
No
right?
way. No.
Oh, it's not.
Of course not.
No, he said this. This is true, right?
I like penis.
I mean, I did say that, and that was true.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need a lie detector guy for that.
I'll just tell you.
Are you happy that we have joined a group chat with you and not contributed to the group chat at all?
Kevin, one time, and then no one else.
Yeah,
one
which
time
I feel
I
like is a properly run group chat.
Yeah, it's really good. Yes, because we were all complaining about group chats and how much we hate them.
And then now everyone's afraid to comment on the group chat.
Because everybody replies, and it's like, stop it. I don't need to have 17 messages.
Kevin Ryder
and liking.
Kevin Ryder agreed begrudgingly to set up the group chat, but he did give us all the disclaimer. He doesn't like him, and more than none of us like him, but he likes him the least, and so all of us are terrified to
I
write
know,
to
and
it.
then Megan sent one thing, and I was like, but I don't know
We've
what to do.
started a side group chat that you're not in.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can I say thank you for asking all of the questions at our meeting?
Yes.
You're that guy.
Oh, my God, yes, right?
I'm not the guy that asked the
And then
questions.
he always says, that I want to make these longer by asking a question, but
By the way,
then proceeds to ramble on with the question.
If you asked one more, I was going to yell. I was ready to yell. I was like, shut up, Klein.
Omar, back me up here. Have I ever asked a question in a meeting ever?
Absolutely have.
Well,
yes, 100%. I've been there. Yes, for sure.
Wait, are you saying you didn't?
No, that meeting I did ask more than I should have. Yes, that was
Okay.
because
All
that
right.
was a meeting about us getting paid finally, getting some money around here. That matters. The other meetings where it's like,
Or sometimes the boss will go to you, hey, Klein, you have any closing words? If it was me, I'd be like, nope, let's move on. But you go ahead on a diatribe about whatever topic they're talking about.
not a
Hey, bring
diatribe.
out a scroll and starts doing a speech.
Oh, shut up, Jake. It's not about me today. It's about Kevin Ryder, guys. Just focus. The legend, all right? He's here. Technically, it's not a lie detector day because we usually do those on Fridays. We're trying to come up with a bit that works. We haven't come up with one yet. They claim this is the closest we've come to a bit that works. You're a Hall of Famer. Do you think that this bit has any chance to work?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, good.
It seems good.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just
That's
wait.
most things.
Your lie detector guy is fire.
Yeah,
I know.
Hey, John, how are you doing? Get close to that microphone. Yellow, hey, John, how you doing?
All ready.
Are you happy to be back here?
I'm happy.
Yeah. Now, Kevin,
I walked in and I said, hey, are you the lie detector guy? And he goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's his energy level at all times. And is it because you're over this? Because you've talked to more exciting people like murderers and stuff? Is this boring to you?
No, I'm happy.
Okay.
This is him happy.
This is you out of 10, John?
All good.
Okay.
We can't see your head shake.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to say something.
I think he gets a little tongue-tied here because last time you told us you have a crush on Allie. You're sexually attracted to Allie?
No change.
No change.
Oh, wow.
Okay, great. Well,
All right.
I think that's what he meant about my weight.
Here's how we're going to work this. We've got 12 questions here for you, Kevin Ryder.
Right.
They have been submitted by everyone who works at KROQ, including a lot of listeners.
That scares
You can
me.
veto any question you choose. Only get one veto out of the group of 12. The rest of them you will answer honestly, and then we'll find out if you lied or not.
If I lie all the time, you won't be able to tell if I'm lying. So I'll just lie on every question.
What do you
John, is that
think?
true?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So somebody who's a compulsive liar, you
Can
would
you
be
give
able
us less input? I want to know if that's the truth or not. Like, if I lie on every question, how would you be able to tell the difference?
I already have baselines on you for the last 5 minutes.
he already was setting it up.
Oh,
What a
man.
sneaky bastard.
Yeah, this guy's good at what he does, huh? All right, well, let's get to the theme song. And are you nervous about is there any secrets, Kevin, before we start the questions that you're nervous that maybe would come out during this?
Not that I can specify, but of course there's 1,000 things that I'm worried about. When it comes up, I'll go, oh, no.
Like if there's questions about relationships with Bean or with...
No, I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about that. Okay. All right, what about things...
Shut up, Omar.
Things that have happened in champagne rooms in Vegas?
Nope.
Not worried about that?
Not talking about that.
Well...
You're vetoing before we even start.
We're just riffing right now.
Right, so that's a freebie.
We're just
that doesn't
filibustering.
count against me.
All right, it's time for Lie Day Friday.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Why is it lie after lie after lie?
The only thing I know for sure is you're a goddamn liar. It's a lie.
You're a parasite of lies, and I am your worst enemy.
Lie Day Friday.
Wednesday.
Don't be fooled by the day of the week. We're still doing Lie Day Friday around here. John, if you have to ask Kevin any questions to figure out exactly what his baseline is, you can do that now. Now's your time to shine, buddy.
Are you in California?
No.
All done.
He said, all done.
He got you. You lied, and he still got you. So now he knows.
You say it so confidently.
Right, but if I lie every time, I'm saying you won't notice the difference. Isn't the difference what you're looking for?
We can see it.
Okay.
Question number 1.
So wordy.
He will give us the answers at the end. Once we make the listeners sit through probably a Chili Pepper song.
Okay.
Then we'll come back.
Of course, it'll be a Chili Pepper song.
Did you come back to KROQ because you love it here, or was it a cash grab?
Can I say both?
I guess.
I do love it here.
Whatever the truth is.
I do love it here, and I feel like this is where I belong. And I always have sort of felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you like the money.
Sure. But I'm not against money. I'm not doing it for
I thought
free.
these were supposed to be yes or no questions.
Well, John says we can go away from the yes or no. Right, John?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Oh, nice.
See, he can't, but we can. Okay. Question number 2.
That's a great point, Klein. I think maybe John only answers in yes or no.
Yeah, he's been
because
doing
of
lie
what he's
detector
been
for so
doing
long.
For so long.
And he brings so much energy to yes or no.
I
What's your
know.
favorite food, John? Is it pasta?
Answer!
Pasta.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
He just repeated what you said.
Question number 2.
This is the shakiest lie detector guy I've ever met.
What percentage accurate is this? 99.99 or something?
It's medical equipment reading what his body is doing. That part is 100%.
Wow.
Okay, 100%.
Seems like he hates me.
That's the vibe he gives.
Yeah.
Do you think you deserve to be in the Radio Hall of Fame?
No, it's odd to me. That's the ultimate, what do you call it when you don't feel like you should be?
Imposter syndrome?
Yes, imposter syndrome. That is the worst imposter syndrome there is.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You're the guy that said this?
We've got to get to the bottom of what in the hell is going on with this Blue Man group. These guys, they paint their faces red.
That happened.
That's Hall of Fame material, man.
That happened, and I didn't even notice it. Everybody else was like, "You said, what are you talking about red?" I said, "What are you talking about?"
It's confusing. It's right in the name. Question number, by the way, John has not cracked a smile. We are listening to great audio here, and John, no smile.
Nothing.
Crack. Question 3, Kevin Ryder's in here Lie Day Friday on a Wednesday. He's agreed to come on the lie detector test to answer all of your questions. What band is your least favorite that we play on KROQ?
What band is my least favorite? Wow. I can't say. It depends because you have to take into account the overplay that we have to do behind the scenes. Like we play Red Hot Chili Peppers way more than you who complain about it.
And if you listened to it on a regular basis just as a fan, it would be a lot different than if you had to listen to it every hour on the hour at the same 5 songs.
I would say this is not going to be a popular answer. System of a Down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Just don't like them?
Let's cue that up.
I don't.
All right. Writing that down. Question 4. Kevin Ryder's here. While at Vegas at a strip club, did you ever get any action in the champagne room?
No. Wait, what is action? Define action. Clarify that.
Let's have John define action.
John, define action. You seem like a man of action.
Sexual activity.
Sexual activity.
You say no?
No.
I'm writing down no.
Wait, in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Fuck, man, we shouldn't have clarified it. We got a question 5. Kevin Ryder is almost halfway through the lie detector test. It's a Lie Day Friday and a Wednesday with a Radio Hall of Famer. He's back on KROQ every afternoon. I'm sure you know because we played a jingle a lot. More than show. Quick text from the 303. Wow, guys, I try not to comment on the commercials because figure that's just how you guys get paid and stuff. But that new Lasara commercial of Jake rapping, you have to get that off the air.
Oh,
that
what
is,
are you talking about?
That is a 323, not a 303. Not a fan of Jake rapping, but you know what? He's so skinny now. He's got confidence that he shouldn't have.
He's got skinny white guy confidence. Dangerous.
And you know, a skinny white guy with confidence, that could be the next Eminem. In Jake's case, not the case, but regardless. Let's get into a little Allie Knows the News. Chance for you to win $100 of her money. Easy money can be yours on a Thrifty Thursday. It's the greatest day of the week to take Allie's cash. And a theme song inspired by your heroic activities that we will listen to later in the show today.
She's going to the city council meeting because instead of paying for air, she'd rather save $1 or $2. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. This Blue Man group, these guys, they paint their faces red.
Thank you.
Nice.
That's a great throwback to the great Kevin Ryder. All right, let's say hi to Tracy in La Habra. Would like a shot of Allie's cash. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, guys.
Sweet Divots. Hopefully you've been studying up on what's been going on in the world. Allie is going to leave the KROQ studios. I've got questions here. Answer these quickly, confidently, and accurately, and instantly you'll win Allie's money and all of our respect, and that is the most important thing. Way more than money is the value of our respect around here. We got questions, and your round will begin right now.
Allie knows the news.
Men in Yucaipa stole 85 of these from a restaurant. 85 of these were stolen from a restaurant in Yucaipa. Big news story.
Goodness. Spicy chicken sandwiches.
Oh, man, that would be a great haul. Go to question number 2. This influencer, star of his own Netflix documentary, has been arrested in Texas after threatening Joe Rogan.
Oh, good for them, whoever it was. I don't know, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Go to question number 3. Jack Black is reprising his role of Officer Dick in what video game? What video game will we get the return of Officer Dick, Jack Black's character?
Oh, my God. These are hard today, guys.
Sometimes they're harder.
Yeah, sometimes things are hard. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Go to question number 4. The NBA draft took place. Which college did the first pick in the NBA draft go to?
I actually saw this. Duke.
And finally, question 5. North Korea has decided that they'd like to start getting some tourists there. So they have plans to build this in North Korea to start getting more tourism there. What are they going to be building?
An amusement park.
All right, let's bring Allie in. We'll score it together. See how you did. I know, sometimes you listen, you go, I got them all. Then you get on the hot seat and you go, these are tough today. It's all technically news. There's obviously much more depressing things we could be talking about, but let's go ahead and it's not good when North Korea becomes the not depressing news to talk about, but here we are. Allie's back in the studio. Don't say anything else. Here we go. We'll score it together. Allie, question 1.
Yeah.
Men stole 85 of these from a restaurant in Yucaipa.
Oh, I believe I saw this morning. It was koi fish.
All right, that is absolutely correct.
That's so many koi fish.
It's a lot of koi fish to steal. Very expensive. And if you ever go to like one of those, usually it's like a sushi restaurant. I don't know why when you walk in someplace to eat fish, they want to show you what the live ones look like before you walk in.
Oh, I like seeing that.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Really?
because it feels like it's all fresh, you know?
Yeah, but you're not eating the koi fish.
I know, but it's just a trick of the mind. And I like seeing the koi fish that have little whiskers on them because they look like little kitties.
They're the little wise ones, the other koi fish go to for advice.
Yeah, they're like relaxed.
Anyway, this guy stole 85 koi fish from a restaurant. A big thievery that took place. She guessed spicy chicken sandwiches. She does not get the point. We go to question number 2 now. Allie's up 1-0. This influencer, star of his own Netflix documentary, has been arrested in Texas after threatening Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah, the Liver King.
That is the correct answer.
I believe he challenged him to a fight.
The Liver King has apparently become unhinged, which is crazy when your diet consists of cannibalism. But regardless, he is now threatening Joe Rogan. He's been arrested. She guessed Logan Paul or Jake Paul. She's wrong, so Allie goes up 2-0. We go to question number 3. Jack Black is going to reprise his role of Officer Dick in what video game?
Oh, God. I saw this and I forget the name. Fortnite?
How could you forget the name? Tony Hawk, pro skater.
That's right.
You don't forget that name at all. No one gets the point on that one. We go to question number 4. Allie's still up 2. You have a chance to tie this up at the very least, Tracy. Here we go. Question number 4. The NBA draft had a number 1 pick that came from which college? See, I didn't even ask the name of the guy because I thought that'd be too hard for you.
Yes.
So I went with just college.
UConn?
No. She got it right. She said Duke, and yes, absolutely, the number 1 draft pick did come from Duke University. And we go to this final question. She's now 1 away. Here we go. 2-1, heading into question number 5. North Korea decided they want to start getting some more tourists to come visit there, so they're going to build this. This is what they're building.
A koi fish pond, obviously.
They've got all these new 85 koi fish now. They're ready to go. Is that your guess?
Disneyland?
Disneyland in North Korea. That'd be great. That is not right. She guessed an amusement park as well. They've decided they're going to go all in on they want to do a beachfront whole like beachside, seaside boardwalk situation.
I guess, yeah, there is beach there.
So that is, unfortunately, no one gets the point. Well, 2-1 final score. Not as exciting as it should have been, Tracy, but you put in the effort. And what must you shamefully admit as Allie puts her money back into her pocket?
This is Tracy from La Habra. I've been listening to KROQ since I was 13 years old, and today Allie definitely knows the news because I suck.
That's
Sorry.
right. You don't have to say you suck.
Great job,
let
though.
us tell you
No,
that.
say again.
Let us tell you suck. No, thank you for the...
As I was walking in,
Loyalty.
Vanessa said, Klein only asked boy questions.
Boy questions. I mean, I guess if you want to argue Liver King is a boy question, maybe.
NBA draft, boy question.
Video game.
Boy question.
Oh, stop it.
All boy questions.
Toy
Tony Hawk,
fish,
boy.
boys.
Yeah, North
North
Korea.
Korea, boy.
Well, it's true. You're a woman in North Korea. It's not going to end well for you, right?
A little bit alone.
Wear capes is an expression that is used far too often. And in this particular case, I think it does apply. Allie decided that she was going to step up and do something because we peer pressured her into doing it, really. And also because she believes that the people of Southern California are being fleeced, bamboozled, and scammed by gas stations all over that have been attempting to fool you into paying for air even though it is free. And I know that this has led to a lot of controversy as to people that say, well, it's not free unless you buy gas.
It doesn't matter. The point is that they're putting signs on the air pumps that say it is a certain amount of dollars for a certain amount of time. And the truth of the matter is that since the year 2000, air in California is free, and they should not be advertising it as anything other than free. And I do feel a new sense of purpose after my appearance in the city council last night. It was embarrassing, yes. It was nerve-wracking, and I was very nervous with those little microphones all in front of me. But I got it done, and now that I'm looking at this, I think I did go over my 3 minutes.
Yeah, I have not heard any of this. I've wanted to go in. A lot of people have been tagging us because anyone could watch. Apparently, you could watch it live on YouTube as it was happening.
People were watching live and commenting. This is, I think, the most commented on video from the Agora Hills City Council.
Wow. And by the way,
It was a hard record to break.
the record was 3, and this one had, I think, about 6. But still, there were some net bangers that found out what Allie was doing. They got in the chat. They were infiltrating it as well.
Yeah, and I walked in literally as it was starting. I couldn't get there early, and I walked in. Thank God I knew exactly where the place was. I filled out my speaker card, and they did not read the name that I put on there.
Oh, what did you put on there? Poogers?
I put Poogers, yeah.
Really?
And they didn't say Poogers.
No.
I said Allison Poogers Johnson.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling they're not a big fan of jokes at this.
But I was like, maybe if I can mask it between my regular name, they'll think it's like some artsy, cool middle name. And so I handed it to them. There were only 2 speakers that were scheduled to speak, me and one other guy. And the other guy was very passionate about a way to combat future wildfires in the city by making everyone trim their hedges.
Yeah,
I thought that everyone's hedges were too high.
Yeah, I think this is some of that guy.
It is something real that can reduce the risks we face today, and it's in your authority to make a policy decision to do so now. Thank you.
So a guy is speaking eloquently about a topic that actually matters, that's affected us all, the wildfires. And then, of course, Allie gets called up. And she has a much less important topic to discuss, but it matters to her because she's cheap and she doesn't like people getting fleeced for $1 to buy air. So
our next speaker is Allison Johnson.
Boo! Did anyone? We should have filled the crowd with fans.
Well, it's funny because about a half an hour before this, when the thing actually started, they spent 25 minutes talking about this karate studio that's been around in the city for the last 30 years. And there were speakers that spoke about that place. The people came up in their karate gear. They spoke. They took pictures. And then once all that was over, they all left. So there was like 2 people left in the city council meeting when I actually, because they were there for their moment, the karate studio, and then they all left. I think there was a Girl Scout there as well. She left.
Oh, man.
So it was me and this one other speaker, and then maybe 2 other people.
You know, when you're done with your speech, all you want to do is head to the door, but then you got to, it's like that moment. It's like when you go to a comedy club and the comedian you see already went, you're like, I got to get out of here now. I don't want to sit around. Allie was like...
I was the person that you're like,
playing him on this end.
Our next speaker is Allison Johnson.
Shut up!
Hey!
Here we go.
Hello, Counsel.
Whoa.
Now, very loud.
Everyone else was not loud. I think I was speaking a little too loud.
Did you walk right into the podium? What happened here? Did
Swallow that mic?
Yes.
Hello, Counsel.
By the way, Allie, there's video of this. You got to see it. You look nervous.
I am nervous because
You
have a big podium of people with those tiny microphones, and they're all very serious.
Yeah, but
and
you're
they're
not
talking
on trial. You're not like it's not like you're on trial.
I
for
know, but they're judging with their faces.
That you believe in.
Yeah, you're fighting for your own cause.
I know,
be
but
confident
as
up
I
there.
was walking up, I was like, "What I have written is ridiculous."
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello, Counsel. Thank you so much for letting me speak tonight about an issue that I have noticed and wanted to raise to people's attention.
You wrote that like that?
No, I didn't start that way.
What happened? You went off script?
Yeah, I got too nervous at the beginning.
Yeah, you like went into a weird
I
ramble.
was going to start by asking them all to close their eyes and take a deep breath.
What happened there?
I got too nervous. I just thought
raise to people's attention. As I take a deep breath now, I'm thankful that that breath is free.
Oh, boy. You went like real dramatic with it, huh?
Yes.
If you're just joining us, Allie is addressing city council to try to make a change that will affect us all if you've ever been screwed. And I don't know. We've been talking about this for a few days now. I don't know if there's one person that's actually paid for air. I think people have seen...
No. There are a lot of people who have paid
I've
for
paid
air.
for air, dude. Are you kidding?
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't realize you fell for the scam.
Yes, of course. Yeah, you see, I didn't know it was a scam. There's it says put in 50 cents or whatever. You put in the 50 cents.
The council member I talked to after I spoke
Wasn't
went
free.
up to me as well.
All right, here we go.
And I think to myself, what would it be like if it wasn't free? Maybe every minute of breathing would be 50 cents, or even worse, $1.
Oh, God.
Really taking everyone on a path here.
You know, you could have used ChatGPT to give you something good.
This is OG. This is all Allie, baby. This is Poogers.
You went freehand. Also, you said there's people in this room. It doesn't sound like there's anyone in this room.
No, it doesn't. Even though there's a lot of people, there's not a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like...
And life-saving oxygen is all around us, and it fills this very room. But some people feel it should come at a price, and I'm talking about gas station owners and their infamous...
Owners. Oh, boy.
I had a few flubs there. Owners.
Feel it should come at a price, and I'm talking about gas station owners and their infamous air pump scams. How often have you paid to fill your tire not knowing that you did not have to pay?
Never, you cheap bitch.
No.
Wait, why is everyone... Don't yell at Allie.
By the way, one of the rules of public speaking is you have to kind of like make eye contact with the people you're trying to communicate your message to.
Too scared.
And you are just staring down at the paper.
Now,
You don't look up at all, huh?
No.
I haven't seen the video. I did see like a clip. I saw the picture that everyone's been photoshopping on our Instagram.
I was way too nervous to even look them in the eye because I just felt so stupid.
Did you do Did you go get your hair done for this? It looks like you did your hair for this.
Well, I had.
Yeah, she got a blowout.
You didn't wear
No,
that.
I didn't get a blowout.
She went to the gas station and she got the free air and blew out her hair.
I'll show that.
No, there's a little water in that air, Omar. That wouldn't work.
So, I mean, the fact that Allie.
I wanted to look professional.
Yeah, you look good. I don't know. Here you wear that giant baseball hat, but over there you did the whole thing. So you should have worn that giant hat in there, supporting Iran. Here we go.
How often have you paid to fill your tire not knowing that you did not have to pay? Most people don't realize this, but California law requires every service station in this state to provide during operating hours water, compressed air, and a gauge for measuring air pressure to the public for use in servicing any passenger or commercial vehicle.
So you decided to not go funny. You went factual.
I have to go factual and then eventually get funny. I get funny.
I think that last person left that was sitting there.
The Girl Scout left.
Yeah. Oh, so you hear someone.
You walk to counsel.
Shut up.
Start leaving. Here's air. The whole room full of air now. Congratulations. You got it.
And despite this being a law since the year 2000, I see every gas station in the city and beyond advertising with stickers. Air, $1.50 for 4 minutes. Air, $2.50 for 5 minutes. Not only is 5 minutes a ridiculously long amount of time for air, they asked us to pay through traditional coin slots, and I've seen gas stations that I frequent even add card readers in the last 6 months to their air machines, waiting for people like us to pay
Every minutes
unknowingly.
have to be up by now, right?
No, because you guys keep stopping.
This feels
it's not
like
even
an
been
eternity.
a minute yet. I have a lot
Isn't
more
there a
to
guy
say.
with a buzzer or a gong over there?
No, they don't have a buzzer.
I want to be a gong guy.
There were only 2 people slated to speak, all right? There's time.
Oh, man.
Allie,
I have a lot more to say. Are you guys going to let me speak? Because they let me.
I think you're doing great.
People like us to pay unknowingly.
Oh, that's it.
They don't do that in Agora Hill City Council.
That's a great idea.
Dick.
They're just going you out, and there she goes.
All right, are you going to take my cause seriously? Because let's just move on then if you're not going to.
But the fact that you actually took the time out of your night to go to City Hall.
That I had the balls to speak in front of the city council.
People like us to pay unknowingly, earning them hundreds of extra dollars a year as they laugh their way to the bank. And these crooked owners...
Hundreds of dollars a year. I don't think I was laughing their way to the bank for a couple $100 a year. I'll show you. I'll buy a sandwich.
You have to commit.
All right, so once again, they're not... Are they supposed to react at all or no?
No, they said at the beginning that they hear people's things and then they just say thank you. They said we're not going to comment on anybody's, but she did end up commenting on mine.
Here we go.
I've been disgustingly capitalizing on this for years, betting on the fact that most people will see a sign asking for money and pay for air without knowing their own rights. In their busy lives, they don't realize that not only is the air that we breathe free of charge, but so is the air in their tires, their pool floaties, and that one soccer ball that's constantly leaking air. But the true leak here is not our balls, it is our wallets.
Beautifully said.
Isn't it?
That's a great quote right there.
I want them to think about that.
That's your Rosie the Riveter right there. The true leak here is not our balls, it's our wallet.
Yes.
Let's get that made us immediately.
And as our local gas stations gouge their own community.
Wait, where's that weird accent just popping up from?
Well, I'm reading and I'm scared.
You're going to like a weird...
Gouge.
Yeah.
And as our local gas stations gouge.
Gouge is spelled weird. I was looking on the paper and I was like,
and as our local gas stations gouge their own community by taking funds that are not legally theirs, profiting through misinformation and unclear messaging, it inflates the price of gas as well while we inflate our tires and take some more. And what they are really inflating is their egos and their wallets.
Well, this has become very, Allie, I think of like any of the great speeches that have been delivered through movies over the years. I mean, you almost needed, you should have brought like your own boombox with you and just given your speech.
This was my moment.
This was your moment.
I feel really good about what I did.
do have pictures.
Imagine how this would have sounded with this playing behind you now.
Is the law not sacred in the city? Is the city not meant to be a haven and escape from the corruption and hypocrisy of the big city? How can we protect all of us from draining our life savings on lies? I do have pictures as evidence, even though I can't really show them to you now, but...
Oh, Jesus.
They're on, and the air machines advertising a price alongside tap-to-pay card readers or traditional coin slots. There are many, and in many cases I go in and ask them to turn the air on, and they do, but they just try and shoo me away. Because they would rather I pay.
I feel like
but I shouldn't have to do that. And
like
I'm here today asking to free the air.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm freeing the air.
By asking that all gas stations in the city of Agora be required to add a sticker or an emblem that makes it well known to the public that this air is free, so as not to cause our residents to cough up their hard-earned dollars to these relentless, as I call them, gas holes.
Yeah, they bleeped me.
Oh, you got bleeped when you said gas holes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they edited, they silenced the feed.
Wow.
Yeah,
crazy.
I got the feed silenced.
Time of inflation and economic uncertainty. In a time where we're asked to tip for everything, including coffee, and as I recently learned, babysitting. Let's do the public a service by telling them about the few times that we do not have to pay. Thank you.
I think she's going to get an answer outside. Thank you.
What was it?
What?
What does that woman say? I think what?
So she said thank you. Then they said they're not going to comment on anything, right?
Did she say gayuge?
I think she's going to get an answer outside. Thank you, Denise.
Wait, is that lady British?
All right.
Yeah, our mayor's British. I had no idea.
Whoa.
Are there any other speakers?
We do not have any further speaker cards.
Everyone left. Everyone, Allie has walked the entire room.
We are now moving on to the council consent calendar.
Oh, wow, that sounds fun.
Move
Well,
on.
listen, I can't believe you did it. I'm impressed you did. The video we're posting up, the Photoshops have been unbelievable
Klein,
on our socials.
I got
Alley Show.
approached by a woman outside when I
Yes.
left the chambers.
For sex?
And this is what she said.
I am the chief code enforcement officer. I honestly didn't know that the air was free, and I might be able to do something about it.
Whoa.
So she said, you told me you have pictures. I want to see the pictures. She gave me her email address. She wants me to send over all my evidence. And she told me that there is a summer leaflet that I might be included in, that she can let all the residents and the gas station owners know that they cannot be the owners. That they can't be gouging us.
Yeah, no more gouging.
Gouging.
Allie's going to be in the leaflet. Dan, quickly, we are way behind. What's up?
Okay, hi guys. I'm a government teacher. Allie, I love your passion, but you're wrong. It's called Business and Professions Code 13651. Gas stations are only required to give you free air if you buy gas. That was passed in 99. It took effect in 2000. Owners give air for free because they don't want to deal with your shit.
Onus. Get it straight. Onus. So you're saying Allie's wrong?
100% legally wrong, yeah.
And what is your claim to fame? Like, what is your credibility?
I'm a government teacher.
Yeah, well,
okay.
They still shouldn't be putting $1.50 on there and all these prices when it's free.
I'm getting Allie's music up.
Take
so she
that,
can
government
speak more
teacher.
accurately. We got to take a. I think what you did. I think you made a real difference.
I did make a difference, Klein. I could make it in the summer leaflet.
I am listening to this right now.
She's
I'm
going
reading
to
these
do
texts.
something about it.
Poogers, you've killed it.
Oh my gosh, you loser. I
That's
didn't
what-
say that.
The biggest difference Allie made was that all of these poor people were an extra 15 minutes late to their dinner that night. And that is the most important thing we can do. We have to take a break. We got your ADD news to get to in a moment. And if you have free air today, you have one person to thank. A bill that was passed in 1999, apparently.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
The Chili Peppers. The only song we play more than the Chili Peppers is the Kevin Ryder's
He's back.
jingle. Who is the worst celebrity you've ever met or interviewed?
The worst celebrity I've ever met or interviewed. That's a weird question because can you start the bet again? That sounds weird. That's a weird question because I love terrible people. I love bad interviews. I love weirdos.
Remember when you threw Screech out of the studio and then he died?
Yeah, he sucked. Yeah.
And then he died.
Yeah.
You feel bad
He
about
deserved
that?
it.
Or?
No, he deserved it. He had that coming. He's one of two people that we threw out of the studio in 30 years.
Who was the other one?
The spokesman for Scientology.
Oh, damn.
And you threw Screech out and then he died, I think that day, right?
I think it was that day, yeah.
Was it?
No.
I was like, wow, that's messed up.
So is Screech the worst celebrity you've ever met or interviewed?
Yeah, he was terrible.
Screech.
Yeah, sure.
Dustin Diamond.
Why was he terrible? Just out of curiosity.
He and a friend came in, and for some reason we said okay on the friend, and they were just sitting next to each other, like making each other laugh with little sound effects.
Right.
And the other guy was dying laughing, and we were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So he threw out his friend, and then he just kept going. And it's one of the two times we're on the air in the middle of the interview. Instead of starting a commercial, we said, we're done, get up and
Wow. Yeah, because he's just marching to his own. He's just like, I'm going to do my own thing.
go. Right.
He's so disrespectful.
If you don't want to be here, don't
Then don't
be
come.
here. Right.
Question 7.
Start the music again.
Sorry, excuse me. If you had to assign a diagnosis to Bean, what would it be?
He has Asperger's.
All right.
It's a form of autism where he can't tell what the receiving person feels. Like
And he'll never admit it.
He misses all social cues.
Right.
Yeah.
We gave him a test. He was good 99%. He was like, I don't have it.
Really? He still thinks he doesn't?
I don't know. He says he doesn't think he does.
John, you got the Asperger's?
Yes.
We're flipping the questions on you, John.
Question
What do
7.
you say?
Do you wish you were sleeping right now instead of sitting here on this much less successful morning show?
No, I'm actually having fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right, that's going to be a lie.
you're not an expert, Klein. He's
I'm
telling
not.
the truth.
Question 8. Are you ever jealous of the careers that you've helped launch over the years, like Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, or wedding DJ Omar Khan?
Could not be happier. Couldn't be happier for those guys.
So there's
Thrilled.
no jealousy.
No.
Right. Not even about Omar's wedding.
I'm sort
DJ?
of proud of them.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that they went on to do big things. I don't think Omar is still doing DJing, is he?
I am. I DJ'd your wedding.
You
dude.
did. You're right. You did.
I
My
did.
wedding.
Yep.
My bad.
Yep.
His career already died, so that's fine.
If like Jake went on to start hosting a late night show,
I'd be
would,
so pissed.
I would be suicidal. I'm not even kidding.
And every time they spoke on camera, I'd be like, you thank me, goddammit.
Yeah, I would be so mad every day. Okay, moving on. Question number. Now we're almost done. Kevin Ryder's here. You have a nickname for your penis. Apparently, Thicky, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Is your penis actually thick, or is it one of those clever nicknames like a bouncer named Tiny?
It's a clever nickname.
It's not actually.
Yeah, it's not
thick.
really.
Okay.
No.
Not thick.
I just always found it hilarious.
You still reminder you can veto any of these questions.
Oh, right.
You vetoed none of these.
Wow.
Question 10.
Totally forgot that.
What do you really think of the bosses here at KROQ?
I like most of them.
Name one you hate.
Yeah, they keep firing all the other ones. I mean, there's not that many left.
Can I say his name?
Sure.
Jeff Fetterman.
Okay.
We call him Chocolate Factory around here.
Chocolate Factory.
Why Chocolate
That's
Factory?
his nickname.
Because one time he sent us a really weird TikTok of a grandma peeking out from behind a tree saying this. Do you have it, Omar?
Welcome to the Chocolate Factory.
He just sent us that out of context, and we were like, who
We didn't know if we should go to
sends
HR,
this?
just play it on the air. So we played it
Yeah,
on the
it
air.
was so weird, man. And very inappropriate.
Yeah, and we were like, should we? And nobody responded.
2 questions left. You're doing great so far.
Thank you. You don't know.
Is this current bit any good, according to you? You're a radio
This
hall
current bit?
Yeah, this current
Well,
bit.
the music died.
Okay.
It's really bugging me. I don't know why that keeps it. What do you have, like a 12-second music bed?
Usually that's all we get between the songs.
Unbelievable. What was the question?
Is this current bit any good?
I hope.
All right. In your opinion, as a radio professional, if someone's listening now, is this bit good?
I would hope so, yeah.
Okay. Final
You're
question.
talking your way around the answer there, Kevin.
Need a yes or no.
I think you think.
Shut up, Allie.
That is correct. Shut up, Allie. Is right.
Thank you. God damn.
Finally, this is the last question, and this one came through the most. And there's a lot of questions here about relationships with Ralph and drama. If you could save Jimmy or Adam from a ship going down, who would you save? But let's not do any of that. Here's the last question. Do you secretly hope Klein Alley Show crashes and burns so that you can come back to save KROQ mornings and have a dramatic conclusion to your radio career?
I do not. I do not want to ever be on your schedule again. Your schedule sucks.
Yeah.
That is true.
Even with
You
the
guys
summer
have-
hours.
You guys have to get up. Yeah, so what's summer hours? I never got summer hours. What's up with that?
So now we got to play one song while he tabulates the answers. How do you feel you did?
I mean, I feel like I did pretty well. But I don't know. John next to me's got a lot of negative energy.
John, did you detect any lies in this?
I did.
Oh, my God, he did.
So,
Can't
does that
wait.
make you nervous?
I can't wait. A little.
Yeah.
No, it's about Thicky.
Is it what, John,
The Thicky thing was told.
John,
yes.
was it about Thicky?
Near.
Yeah. Okay.
What did he say?
I think he said near.
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 Near. Oh, near.
I've changed up the music in honor of you being here right now. So let's give you some System of a Down. Kevin Ryder is in the KROQ studios. We're going to get the exciting conclusion of the Lie Day Friday on a Wednesday. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all these questions, but everyone knows the results is the best part. So we'll figure out what he told the truth about, what he lied about, and that is all next on KROQ. Klein, Allie Show. Summer hours means that we are live till 11. Lucky you. And now your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
So I have to give a shout out to KNX on this one because I heard this on the way in, and they were nice enough to send over the details of the story to me, and I said, we got to cover this. Klein, when a new actor gets a star dedicated to them on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, what is the number one joke that people make at these dedication ceremonies?
Someone's going to pee or poo on my star.
That's the joke. I can't wait for people to go number 1 and 2 all over this brand new star. Even the woman who is on the committee that we met at Green Day's star dedication ceremony said everyone's got to make the poop joke at every ceremony. And now, talk about city council. Somebody has made a difference. This guy...
Finally, because we just heard a woman that made no difference. So I'm glad we finally someone's making a difference.
This person, since being elected on city council, has been able to unanimously approve the first public bathroom in Hollywood.
Oh,
and this was his speech at the LA City Council.
The first public bathroom in Hollywood.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
Now, when I got into office, I thought it was outrageous that the number 1 most famous tourist destination in the world had no place for you to go number 2. Before you start poo-pooing this motion, these bathrooms will be clean, fully staffed, and part of the new visitor center. Be on the lookout for your invitation to the first inaugural flush.
And now it's
First
happening.
inaugural flush. How do we not get out there for that?
I know. So now there's going to be this visitor center in Hollywood right by the Walk of Fame, and there's going to be the first public bathroom available so that people don't have to go number 1 and 2 all over the stars.
First of all, no one's a bigger fan of First Suds than me. I talk about how First Suds is an amazing feeling you get whenever you go to any public bathroom and all that's in there is soap because it was recently cleaned and you're the first person to get to use it. It's a great feeling.
First inaugural flush?
This is inaugural Suds. That's nothing. That's even better. Second point, how long before this toilet is absolutely disgusting and unusable?
15 minutes.
I would take the under, Jake. I mean, a public bathroom in the thick of Hollywood, they claim it's going to be clean, but there's no way
There's
that
gonna be a guy living in there.
Well,
Yeah,
there
I
are public
know.
bathrooms in San Francisco, and I have walked into one and then walked immediately back out.
you have to. You have
And
no
those-
choice.
It's got to be one of those self-cleaning ones, the ones that clean themselves after each use.
They can
Take a
still
big
mess them up,
dishwasher.
Omar, because I've walked into one and then it closes on itself and then it cleans itself after every use, and they are still weird and strange and scary.
Yeah, I give
Wow.
that thing less than a month, unfortunately. It's a good, in theory, it's a good concept because good
It
luck.
was approved unanimously.
I know, because it makes sense. We should have a bathroom. If people are walking around, but there's all these.
Yeah, but you always go to the Hollywood and Highland complex, any of the shopping centers around there. That's where you go. That's
Right.
what you do.
Also, that's like a lot of the businesses that stay open around Hollywood, I would imagine, are people that are just selling that one item that we have to buy to use the bathroom.
Right.
Like, how many times have you bought the iced tea for the bathroom? And it's
That's
like
another scam.
oh boy, shut that down real quick. What is the smallest thing I can buy and still be considered a customer to use your
Well,
toilet?
even now the smallest thing is probably $5.
Right.
I mean,
And
you
then-
can't even find something for $1 anymore at any store.
I one time, I'm telling you, went into a place, and I think I was in Hollywood, and I said, can I buy a bottle of water? They said, sure. And then I said, can I have the bathroom key? And they said, you didn't spend enough. So it's not even enough now. Now they put a minimum in, like a $10
How much would
minimum.
you pay? So you pay $10 just to use the bathroom?
No, well, that's what I think. I said, how much more do I have to spend? They're like, you need to buy a drink and something to eat.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what?
They have requirements? All right, the Bezos wedding is underway. The Kardashians have arrived. I still don't know which one is which, especially with the $1 million of plastic surgery between the whole family. But Orlando Bloom has arrived. Oprah and Gayle and Tom Brady are on the way. There are 200 guests in all, and they're spending approximately $50,000 per guest. So that gives you an idea of how expensive the wedding itself is. It's around $11 million, but it's probably more than that.
Omar, are you DJing this one, or?
I am. I'm flying right after the show.
Oh, cool. Good for you, man.
You know how
Omar
much
Khan.
cocaine Lauren Sanchez snorts.
All right. Can't wait to get that number. I'll take that
Well,
over.
she does know you. I feel like if she was going to pick a DJ
I
on
don't think
speed
she
dial,
knows me. I was just, in the vicinity where we were like partying together in a big group.
Yeah. So they've also said in the invitation that they are donating money to the city of Venice on their guests' behalf. I don't know if that was like a last minute thing because the city is so pissed at them or if they always plan on doing that. But they've already had a foam party on their super yacht. And then last night was a casual welcome night at the Madonna del Orto Church. And for tomorrow is going to be the black tie wedding. And then on Saturday is going to be their luxurious dinner. So it's, I think, a full week of festivities that has officially begun.
The frustrating part about this is I bet you this is going to be one of the greatest events ever. And most of the people that will be attending, it will be just another day for them
Dude,
because
I
their
was
whole
like-
life is that. So, like, for any of us normies, we would be like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like,
Can
they're
you pick at least 10 people that are just like good Amazon shoppers?
Right.
Like, hey, you helped me make this billions of dollars. You are a serial buyer, not necessarily a serial returner. You're a loyal Amazon shopper.
That would have been a great promotion. It's just randomly a couple of cardboard boxes go to places around the country and you get an invitation to go to that wedding. And you'd really, a regular person would really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Same concept they have with the Olympics. When all the Olympians are competing, you can't really tell how good they are because they're all good. But you got to put one normie in the mix and you start realizing that javelin thrower is pretty damn good.
Even just have that one person film the whole thing or post about it on social media. Just the one random person who's like some lady in North Dakota who's like, I don't know, I just shop because I have the store Target's far away, so I
Yeah.
just always use Amazon.
I love it.
All right, and then finally, the Liver King has challenged Joe Rogan to a fight. I guess he got arrested over this. He's already made bail, and I think he's out. But Brian Johnson, a.k.a. the Liver King, if you haven't heard of this guy, he was huge on social media. He got really famous for these, like, carnal principles of life, which include eating liver from animals and eating balls and, pulling trucks to work out and all kinds of super extreme.
And working out underwater.
Working
or
out
some crap.
underwater. Yeah, just any insane thing that he can think of. And the guy seems like he is truly off the rails. They also, in the documentary about him, they exposed that he was actually on steroids the whole time. So he was kind of pledging this whole all natural, live off the land kind of mentality. But then he was on the juice. Now, in a series of videos, he came out and said, Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name is Liver King, man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. I have no training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt, and you should dismantle me. But I'm picking a fight with you. Your rules, I'll come to you whenever you're ready.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why would Joe Rogan ever take him up on this?
Joe Rogan likes to be alpha male. I mean, he's a big guy. Like,
It's alpha versus alpha, man.
Male. I would put all of my money on Liver King. I really would.
The black
No
guy is
way.
enormous.
Joe Rogan will destroy him.
I don't think so.
They've been at odds for a while because if you watch the documentary, Joe Rogan was one of the first people that came out and was like, there's no way he's not on steroids.
You can't get that jacked without being on steroids, for sure.
And he was right. But
Liver King's like, no, I eat venison bladder. And everyone's like, all right, I guess that works. No one's ever done that.
And the documentary, they kill one and eat its balls and pray over it.
I know. It's wild.
And with his children watching.
I know, and they're eating the balls too.
Let's get into a brand new hour of the show. Let's do it right now.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to KROQ. Just after 8, I'm Klein. That's Allie. Got Jake the Nerd back there. DJ Omar Khan, Postmaster Johnny, and Vanessa taking the calls at 800-520-1067. Lots to get into this hour on the show, including the first can of Jake Shack beans to give that away. Get your 4th of July barbecues ready to go. And listen, we're not a political show, but when people endorse Jake Shack beans, you better believe we let you hear it, because this was invented by Jake, who lives in a shack and really only eats beans. Not a made-up thing. This is Jake, who works on our show. He's got a lot of things about him that make him strange and weird. He's like everybody's weird uncle, but you have a new celebrity endorser, Jake, and this is perhaps your biggest celebrity endorser yet. And I don't know if you've heard this. I don't even know if you've heard these, but these are all coming through on the Go line, so people are trying your beans and they're loving them.
Hey, guys. It's me, Lippy.
No.
You know, I like to dump a lot of things on my chest.
Okay.
But my favorite is Jake Shack beans.
I mean, that's a big star. Blippy. Kids love Blippy.
Dude, that guy sells out arenas, doesn't he?
It's crazy. That's even a bigger endorsement than this one.
Hey, it's President Donald Trump, and I don't often endorse any random product other than shoes, my own cryptocurrency, board games, online colleges, and my own water. Remember Trump Ice? Anyways, I am fully endorsing Jake Shack beans. Like me, they are either loved or hated and are covered in some weird orange film. Sure, I may not like bean people, but I do like Jake Shack beans. Also, good luck with your shish kebab on Friday night, Jake. I've been in a few of those. Always fun. Just watch out for those hidden cameras.
Jake, I don't like your product anymore. I was a fan of it until you got that
Yeah,
endorsement.
boycott Jake Shack beans.
Boycott
Jake Shack beans.
Cancel Jake Shack beans. Cancel them. Screen Day. It's Klein Alley Show. It's KROQ. It's summer. You're welcome. We are Klein Alley Show. We don't take a lot of time to pat ourselves on the back for anything we do around here because really not much we do around here is pat-worthy. But I would like to just point out...
You get a pat?
No, we don't get a lot of pats around here. We get disciplined quite often, a lot of meetings with lawyers and PowerPoint presentations and all that crap. But just want to point out, we did post this, I think, on our socials late yesterday. I'm truly proud that we were a part of something that has made such an impact, at least on people's state of being. Yesterday in the news, a couple of really sad stories about street vendors literally holding onto trees as they were being pulled away by ICE agents. And these are the exact people that we've been trying to help now for the better part of the last week or so with the 10,000 Tacos for LA. Something that we started, selfishly because we love tacos, but also selflessly because we decided that now's a good time to think about all of the people around us that we perhaps take for granted that are a part of the fabric culture of Los Angeles. And we were pretty outspoken about how we felt. And you guys stepped up. And, we'd like to feel that we, in some small way, helped 10,000 of you enjoy additional tacos, people tagging us in tons of pictures. And an article came out yesterday from LA Taco. And they basically said that, and they gave us credit, and thank you for doing that, because a lot of times people will not give us any credit. But
And we understand why.
I get it. Usually it's a wise move. But they did put out an article that basically said 10,000 tacos has become a rallying cry for the city. And then they put some quotes in from our show, and it's a beautiful article, well-written article. It's much more about kind of the way that this has evolved now and how many people are being, unfortunately, ripped away, hardworking immigrants, hardworking people that are in this country, even if it is illegally, but that are working hard and contributing to Los Angeles. And, we don't get political on the show, but I'm proud that something we did on this show, even if it was kind of half stupid, turned out to be something that was at least received in the way we wanted it to be received.
Yeah, it says in the article, co-host Kevin Klein says, even if you're not hungry for a taco, get a taco. And it appears Klein and his co-host Allie Johnson are launching a very simple but powerful campaign to fight back, not with protests or policy, but with tacos.
Right.
It seems they believe we as Angelinos could collectively eat 10,000 tacos to support our community right now. And I'm like, bet.
And by the way, people still doing it, and they are still sending us pictures every day, and they're still eating tacos. And look, I know we're not going to solve any problems here, but at the very least, it's a different way to kind of cover the conversation, which has not been a fun one to have. And some of the stuff that we're seeing, it's just on a human level, is difficult to watch.
And this is so beautifully put. I've probably gained 15 pounds in taco solidarity, and honestly, I don't care. Eat like LA depends on it, because maybe it does.
Yeah, so sometimes when we do dumb things on the show, every once in a while, the dumb things we do actually do serve a purpose, and not to S all over Allie getting free air for people at Agora Hills.
Definitely not as important.
But this one, and still, to this day, when I hear this thing that Omar put together, I get goosebumps. So I'll play it for you one more time, then we'll come right back and give you some Universal tickets. So we got those after this. But just take a listen, and thank you for everyone who participated in the 10,000 tacos for LA. Let's go ahead and keep going. Let's go every week, 10,000 more tacos. Let's do it, LA.
The crowd used to be 10 deep, and now there's barely a line.
It's not a joke. They took all my employees.
They're afraid. Or people that are come, to get a quick bite are not coming out because they're scared to be out.
ICE has started to abduct taqueros at taco trucks.
Business is so bad, he's parked his food truck for now and won't take it out.
This area is usually packed shoulder to shoulder, but in the days since the ICE began its raids, business here has basically collapsed.
10,000 tacos for LA.
So check out the article. Thank you, LA Taco. And of all of the quotes here, not the ones we made, but from the article, I will read you this because I think it's beautifully written, Allie. Eating tacos right now is an act of resistance. Mm-hmm. So enjoy your tacos.
You keep eating.
Keep eating. Quick break. Back with more show next, KROQ.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in LA. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com.
Rated KROQ.
special request and dedication to the great Kevin Ryder, who's in the studios now on KROQ. It's Klein, Allie Show. We got summer hours, which means we're not going anywhere in 30 minutes. We're going to stick around for another hour, because why the hell not? Man, we fall for all the stuff. You guys were much better at standing up for yourselves than we are, huh?
Yeah, they never told us that we had to stay until 11.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was really weird.
You guys know, but we did do that dumb thing, the Cinco de Tarde.
We
Remember
did,
that?
yeah. We came back for an hour in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is like, what the hell are we
they
doing?
called it what?
Cinco Retarde? That
Yeah,
seems like a
what was
problem.
Cinco
Yeah.
Letarde?
Oh, Letarde.
5 in the afternoon.
Oh,
the
okay. I
afternoon,
was like,
no.
that sounds highly problematic.
Allie's been called that many times. All right. Well, in a moment, John's got the results of your lie detector test you just took. Is this the first time you've ever been on a lie detector test? Yeah. It is.
Yes.
And you feel like you told the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds. I mean, there were so many inflections changes.
I
in
mean,
your
look,
voice
there's a
just now.
lot of complicated answers to questions, so sometimes it's...
People are very mad.
There's a mixture.
People are mad. We didn't ask some of the obvious. You should have asked him what color faces do the Blue Man Group have.
I mean, asked and answered.
Right. Once was red, will always be red. Everyone's just so thrilled to hear you again on KROQ. It's been so great again. Back to KROQ for a while. I love hearing Kevin on with you guys. Anyway, so overwhelming support for Kevin Ryder, but let's find out if he's a big fat liar. All right, so John from John, what's your business? I should promote you. You're Lie Detector Guys on Instagram. People can hire this guy to come to their house, ruin a good time, ruin your family. Only $145. He'll get any answer you need. Cheating, infidelity, thievery, right, John?
True.
Wait, you show up at people's houses and see if they're cheating?
True.
Wow.
That's amazing. You do all the stuff, huh? Wow. You're the
And
best.
you've also given lie detector tests to many murderers.
True.
Yeah. 13,000.
There's
Allie.
a delay with John.
Yeah, there is. It's a 7
He
second
has to
delay.
let it process.
13,000 people tested. You can find them at Lie Detector Guys. All right, John, whenever you are ready for the big reveal now, this is where things get exciting. You can go ahead and tell Kevin Ryder how he did.
When we asked him, did you come back to KROQ because you love it here, or was it a cash grab? He said yes to both. And that was true.
Hey, all right. Starting
Good
out with the
start.
truth.
All right.
Good man. Appreciate that.
Shouldn't be surprised that I told the truth.
I know, we're all, woo, wow.
I assumed it was a pure cash grab. I'm shocked that it was because you wanted to be here at all, to be honest, but okay.
When we asked him, do you think you deserve to be in the Radio Hall of Fame? He said no. And that was a lie.
Oh, you do deserve. You see that?
Interesting.
See, part of you believes that it really is true and that it's real. And that's beautiful.
Yeah, because of the impact you've had. I think that's what Hall of Famers need.
I think
impact.
it's just staying alive and on the air for 30 years.
They have to do
like
it.
literally,
Right.
just literally not dying during that time.
What does that say about our industry? You're a Hall of Famer just because you didn't
Just-
die and
just
kept a
didn't
job.
die. Omar, play another one of his Hall of Famer clips.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's a
great.
reason.
Here we go.
There's a reason he's in the
All
Hall.
right, give us some background on Mrs. Butterworth. Is she a slave woman?
Listen, there's context. There's context, people.
What is the context?
Yeah, explain that one away, huh?
I don't remember, but I'm sure there was context.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Next question, John.
When we asked him, what band is your least favorite that we play at KROQ? He said System. And that was true.
Okay.
Hey. But it's not because you don't like the band.
No, I like the band. I don't like the screamo parts of it. That gets a little much for me. That's all.
Yeah, especially when it's overplayed in your ears every hour.
Yes.
Go ahead, John.
When we asked him, while at Vegas at strip clubs, did you ever get any action in the champagne room? He said no, and that was a lie.
Wow. Okay, all right. That's clearly. You're not,
Action was sexual activity, to be
yeah,
clear.
that's right. All right. Well, good for you, though. Everyone needs to unload in Vegas. I get it. Go
John,
ahead.
you and me in a champagne room?
Yes.
Whoa.
That's a lie.
Shut up.
All right.
When we asked him, who was the worst celebrity you have ever interviewed? He said Screech, and that was true.
Wow. Of all of the hundreds of... didn't you hang up on Paul McCartney one time?
Yeah, but I don't hate him.
Right.
Yeah. I hung up
Why
on...
did you hang up?
Well, he said goodbye.
Yeah.
And then I hung up, and then he started to say something again. And so, but I forgot to turn his volume down, so he goes, it's really... And I click. Click.
Hall of Fame.
So it's three people he's thrown out. It's
Okay.
Screech, Paul McCartney, and the Scientology.
And I think he also, hung up on Bono,
I hung
too.
up on Bono, too. It's people who can't say goodbye. They say goodbye, and then they have to keep talking.
Yeah, I know. That is on them.
Stop doing that.
I agree with
Bono's
you.
a real look at me kind of guy,
right?
you know. Yeah, let it go, Bono. I get it. All right, moving on.
When we asked him, if you had to assign a diagnosis to Bean, what would it be? He said Asperger's, and that was true.
Okay, medically. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I sent
Kevin, what are you doing?
I sent Bean a text to see if he would join us for a bonus question this morning. He was nice enough to text me back and decline the invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
No.
He likes to be asked.
I know. He said,
and then he says no.
I appreciate the invitation.
Yes.
I will pass.
Yeah.
He said I appreciate the invitation?
He does. He likes to be asked.
Here's what he said.
But he does not like to say
follow
yes.
through?
Right.
Yeah, that's why it rubbed me the wrong way that he does that. So I didn't invite him to my wedding, and he got all butthurt about it.
He was very
Really?
upset, yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to be there in spirit. He wants to politely
No.
decline.
He just
doesn't
wants
want
to
be there
ask.
He just wants to be asked so he can say no.
The answer,
Wow.
this is the exact text. The answer is no.
Where's the politely decline part?
But I'm delighted to have been asked. Thank you.
That's him.
Yeah, and then my number has been blocked. But still, that was he was happy to be asked. All right,
Okay.
moving on.
When we asked him, do you wish you were sleeping now instead of sitting here on this much less successful morning show? He said yes, and that was true.
Okay, well, no, I think he said no.
No, he said he
no.
wanted to be here.
No, well,
Are
that
you
was a
lying,
lie.
John?
John, who's lying now?
Wouldn't it be funny if your
John
lie detector guy is a liar?
Oh, man.
Impulsive liar.
And a
Right.
really good one?
Can't help it.
Let's just agree that he probably doesn't want to be here, but he's having fun. Okay,
right,
moving
next.
on.
When we asked him, are you ever jealous of the careers you helped start, launch, like Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, or wedding DJ Omar Khan? He said no, and that was true.
Hey, you don't have any jealousy. You're a good man.
I don't. I'm happy for them.
I'm jealous of them. I didn't even work with them.
I know.
That's crazy.
And then you explain, like, yeah, KROQ, there's all these great people that came from it, like, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, really? And who are you? And you're like, I have no
Exactly.
one.
All right, moving on.
When we asked him, you said the nickname for your penis is Thicky. Is your penis indeed thick? He said no, and that was true.
That was true, yeah.
Was that like the most true? Can you see like how true it was, John? Or?
So unbelievably true.
True.
That's what you say.
Okay, whenever
we
you're
can
ready.
go
You all right?
I think he
That
fell
delay
asleep.
is real.
Yeah.
I think he fell asleep right there.
Yeah.
When we asked him, what do you think of the bosses here at KROQ? He gave details, and they were all true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's a clean way to. What, the boss come and get you during the commercials? They say it like that? Jesus Christ. All
He
right.
gave details.
When we asked him if this current bit is any good, he said yes, and that was a lie.
Okay, well, as expected.
I could tell that one because there's a little inflection.
I can't.
So-
It's hard for me to judge
I know.
something I'm in to go, yeah, this is
Yeah,
fascinating.
same with us. It's
Yeah.
usually not
I
as
know.
good as
All
we
right,
think it is.
final question.
When we asked him, do you secretly hope Klein and Allie show crashes and burns so you get to come back and save KROQ mornings? He said no, and that was true.
Well, that's the whole reason. The whole reason we did this whole bit was just to
Just
get
a
that
big
question.
ruse to get that
That's all
question?
we needed to know.
All right.
Kevin Ryder,
You got it.
You're the man. Thank you.
Thank
you for being here. Thank you for being all honest, except for the KROQ Klein Allie show. In just a moment, you'll be surprised, Allie, who is the newest breakout star from this show. It's no one who actually works here officially. It's
Makes sense.
Stars.
Stars,
Plural.
excuse me. There
Yep.
are breakout stars from this show, and it has nothing to do with any of the people that are actually paid to work on the show. So place your bets. Someone is about to become an international sensation, and we'll find out who that is in a moment. Yesterday, I was telling you guys that I'm supposed to go to Mexico next week to celebrate our independence. And,
That's actually a great idea, Klein.
that's my way of stepping up. It's not enough to
Yeah.
eat 10,000 tacos. And my wife picked this place, and I was looking over the menu because that's all I really care about is how's the food. And I get excited when I go to Mexico because I think, oh, great, I'm going to have a better version of the food I like here. You know,
Yeah,
like
of course.
Tacos and the place apparently is like a wellness some crap. I don't know. Like
Is that what it's called? Wellness some crap? But in Spanish?
Most of the words I actually thought were Spanish, and then she's like, "No, those aren't Spanish. Those are health foods." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So
Why would she pick this, knowing that you would hate it?
because it's for her, because it's her birthday, and she wanted to do like a reset sort of thing. And this is
what I was saying yesterday. Everyone wants their retreats now. No one's doing like, hey,
send her on her way, dude.
That's what I said.
What are you doing there?
I thought, Allie, I want a treat, and she wants a retreat. And it's very different because as I was looking over some of these menu items, because it says here, I'm scrolling, and it's a lot of crap. The amount of smoothie option, it's smoothies, and it's a lot of stuff with chia. And
smoothies are so expensive, too, at hotels and stuff.
But like
it's like $17 for a stupid smoothie.
Once I get through all of that, I finally find American breakfast. And I go, well, that's, you know what that means.
Nothing better than that. American breakfast.
Pile of bacon with a scoop
eggs,
of
and
butter.
Sausage.
And a flag.
But not here. Not here, because their American breakfast here includes a mixed salad with choice of dressing.
Oh.
For breakfast?
For breakfast. And the dressing, your choice is passion fruit dressing, sugar-free coconut.
I love passion fruit.
Coconut dressing, or the chef's recommendation, no dressing.
No way.
So I'm going, hold on. Have they never been to America?
If the chef's recommendation is no dressing, they shouldn't be a chef.
So I scroll down.
Is there chicken in the salad or any kind of meat?
No, in
Add
fact,
$70 for chicken.
In fact, Omar, I found one thing I think on the lunch menu that I said this could be good because it was called like tacos our way. The taco shells are made of cucumber skins. So once again, I see the item. I go, oh, all right, fine. I found something, and then I go cucumber skins.
That's the worst skin.
You can choose.
It really is, and it's the flimsiest. You can't even hold it. It's so slippery.
You can choose your filling to be either tofu.
Oh. Nope, skip.
Avocados for an upcharge.
Oh my god.
Rice noodles.
Oh.
And then you go down to desserts. And I go, all right, I guess I'll just eat dessert all week. And everything has got Bircher muesli, yogurt.
Oh, is it MUESL?
Yes. What is that?
It's terrible.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
It's like a grain, and it's very,
is it
very
sweet?
No. It's just raw and gives you sandpaper mouth.
Or
it's just terrible.
I could have
It's like a picture of the worst cereal you've ever had, like grape nuts.
I could have the chocolate list chocolate cake.
Okay.
Chocolate list. They already ruined it before they even got to what it was. Like, who's going to call something a chocolate list chocolate cake?
Is there any meat?
Not that I could find.
So it's like a vegan?
No, it's not vegan because it says here all dietary. Blah blah blah.
Dude, you're gonna lose like 6 pounds in 3 days.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Oh, you got to eat off the kids' menu, dude. They're not going to have any healthy crap for kids.
Yeah, they got to do like chicken fingers and French fries.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think kids,
and that sounds awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
smaller portion of the butcher muesli.
No,
what?
No.
Butcher muesli.
You can get eggs. Excuse me. Oh man.
Eggless eggs?
You can get yolkless eggs, so egg whites. You can get
man.
Egg whites?
Egg whites are terrible.
I got to bring my own yolk.
You know what you got to bring your own of?
Jake
Shack beans.
They don't.
Jack beans.
What if?
What are you going to eat when you're eating muesli?
What if that's like the one thing that they actually... Jake, I feel like you should sell in the gift shop there because everyone's probably so starving. They're so ravenous.
Can I just have beans, please?
Yeah, I mean, look, the good news... The good news is, Allie, I can quench my thirst with unlimited cucumber water.
Oh, yeah. That's a KROQ, too. It's like as soon as they infuse it with something, they're like, let's charge 3 times as much. Are you sure you're not reading like a special vegan menu? There's got to be another menu.
When I started reading this, I thought it was like the spa menu. Like you wrap yourself in seaweed and then you put Hickam on your eyes.
Yeah, like those body wraps.
This is the food.
So
this is the food.
What's even sadder is that your wife looked at this and said, this is for me.
Yeah, you're just going to have to leave the resort or hotel or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to have to Postmates or something.
Yeah.
Are you going to be annoyed if they keep having pizza getting delivered?
Dude, I'm sure you drive like 15 minutes. You could probably get the best food.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not even. I bet you that. You
feel like they just killed this.
The bacon wrapped hot dog guys do good business outside of the Forum.
Outside of a retreat.
Imagine how well they would do outside
Please, give me a bacon wrapped hot dog.
10,000 bacon wrapped hot dogs
and 6 egg yolks, please.
So, while you're eating, and you know me, 4th of July is like one of my favorite eating days of the year. I mean, I put that right up there with like Thanksgiving and certain days I look forward to.
Yeah, you're not even going to barbecue on 4th of July?
Sounds the whole thing is like...
I got to bring up this menu to Joey Chestnut and see what he thinks about it.
How many cucumber skin tacos can he eat in a minute?
Joey Chestnut's going to be on with us this morning. Of course, he is the original throat goat, Allie. He is the champion competitive eater and a good friend of the show. But I mean, he would not even. He wouldn't even a place like this.
Way.
He wouldn't even waste his time there.
No, but I do know when he's prepping for his competitions, he does eat pretty healthy leading up. But then he does like random carb load things to like stretch out his stomach. It's crazy. 831 said, so typically what's happening is that your wife is going on vacation and you're going to a torture camp.
Yeah, it's funny how she's looking at this like it's a good thing, and for me, it's like I feel like I'm being sent on one of those like intervention things.
Yeah, because this is a detox that you don't want
I don't want a
or
part
need.
of it.
Mm-mm.
She's all excited because there's like all this other active crap that I hate too, like
yoga, morningside yoga
like
or whatever.
Like a wake up early and go do some sort of
wake up early. No.
Well, all right, I know.
In general, no.
That's like the saying the chocolateless chocolate cake.
I know. If you're going to retreat, let me sleep in, damn it.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's cool. You get to do like a wake up sun yoga.
Yeah, wake up with the sunrise.
Sun worship yoga.
No.
I'm like, how about, can we worship a hot dog or something else, like at a different time of the day?
Oh, is there going to be alcohol?
I don't think so.
What? You're going to be sober and eating cucumber tacos on 4th of July? How did you allow this to happen?
I said, look, it's your birthday. I'm tired of planning stuff. Figure out what you want to do. And she said, here's the place. And I didn't look at any of the details. I saw, all right, this is where it is. The pictures look nice. Every website's pictures look nice. And then I didn't even click on the menus until we're already committed. Now I go, all right, let me start thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner next week. And it's just...
Which is like an exciting process.
Not now.
Oh, dude. 626 said all you do, Klein, is you go over to the resort next door, ask how much it is for a day pass.
That's...
Go over there.
Idea.
Sometimes it's $40 for the day, and it's cheaper there. You can.
I think the place next door
drink.
has like water slides, so they definitely have like good like burgers by the pool.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to be one of those things like sneaking from like coming back, pretending
You're just
that
a hedge moving along.
just pretending like I'm cleansing. They don't realize I had 6 burgers at the pool next door earlier in the day. All right, we got to get to our biggest new stars on the show, and we'll do that right after this one on KROQ. yesterday, we had Kevin Ryder in here sitting on the lie detector test. You can see some footage of that up on our socials at Klein Alley Show. And one of the questions we asked Kevin Ryder of Kevin and Bean is, did he have any jealousy towards some of the big stars that started on that show and then went on to, some would argue, bigger and better and definitely way more lucrative things like Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla, and the list goes on and on. And he said he was not jealous of them, and it turned out that he was telling the truth. He said he was happy for them, which I was shocked about.
I know, we're like, you're happy?
Meanwhile, on this show, apparently, we have our own stars that are waiting in the wings. And these are some guys that we met, I think, on the first time we took the show to Vegas. They instantly became diehard fans of the show, so much so that they felt the need to tattoo our show logo on their neck and on their pectoral muscle. And they are the Bud Light Bros. And
Viva Klein Alley Show!
They didn't tell us they were doing this at all. Someone else tipped us off to this, but apparently they've been inspired by our YouTube show every day, that they've apparently now started their own YouTube show. And
yeah, move over Mr. Beast, move over, PewDiePie or whatever the hell, or that stupid Ryan kid. The Bud Light Bros are here to take over, man.
Omar says this is so good that he's...
Well, you've seen it, and you were fascinated by it. Like I was. It's one of these things. It's like a train wreck.
You cannot look away.
Right.
I believe, Klein, you said it was tremendous.
It is tremendous.
It is tremendous. I would agree. Allie, you haven't seen this?
No, I watched the first 5 minutes.
Oh, my God. I don't know how you could stop.
This first episode they put up is about 30 minutes. I think this is the only episode they have.
And this is part one of a two-parter, right?
If I don't see how this cannot become massive. Like, in my world, and I know I like the Bud Light Bros and they're fans of the show, which helps, but regardless of that, if I was just a regular person scrolling and came across these guys,
were they both shirtless or just one?
Yes, I think that both their shirts are off.
You kind of interpret it the way you want to, but I kind of interpreted that they're both naked inside their kitchen doing this.
I think they could be fully naked.
Yeah,
actually,
just wearing their hats.
Oh, hold on, they're on the phone. Hold on, before you play the clips, hold on one second. Hey, Bud Light Bros, Chris, Billy, hi guys.
Hey, what's up, Klein Alley Show?
Listen, couple things. First of all, great. Whatever you're doing on YouTube, it's fantastic. Why did you decide to start doing a YouTube show?
Well, it all started because Allie said we should quit our jobs and become influencers. So we said, if she believes in us.
Nice advice, Allie.
Did I say that?
Allie, you said Allie, you're the reason.
Oh, man.
You told them to do this?
Guys, you're welcome.
Okay. How much money have you made so far on this project?
A total of $0.
And did you quit your jobs, really?
No.
Okay,
We're still working, but
smart.
We only try to do one video a week because, working and then working on the videos and all that stuff, it takes time.
I don't want to, give you guys something to look forward to, but Allie, why don't you open up this package that we got delivered today? This is very exciting, and we're going to unveil this now for the first time for our YouTube audience that's watching live, but this just arrived in the mail. I think we got it yesterday afternoon. This is a from YouTube, and we present this to you, Bud Light Bros, but to all of the wonderful listeners and subscribers that helped us get over that 100K threshold. Never easy to get to your first 100K, and look at this thing. It's beautiful. Allie's holding it up right there. That's an official YouTube plaque, which means look at that. We are as basic gets. Congratulations. Presented to KROQ for passing the 100,000 subscribers, and that will be one of many plaques. Allie is super proud. Bud Light Bros have no plaques yet, but I bet you in less than a few months.
I think it took KROQ maybe like 5-10 years to get that. I don't know. I predict that the Bud Light Bros will get it in under a year for sure.
I think for sure it'll be less than a year. So,
absolutely.
So we're going to listen to some of your show, but the inspiration for your show is what exactly, Bud Light Bros?
What's up? It's a variety of things. So our first video is a top 90s sitcom.
Yeah, we'll get to all that. Just one question for the Bud Light Bros. Before you started recording, how many beers deep were you in already?
Oh, honestly, for that video, we were running on no sleep, so probably like over 60.
What?
Wait, you had 60 beers between the two of you when you shot the video and no sleep?
Yeah, because we shot that Sunday morning.
Like around 7:30.
Yeah, and Saturday there was UFC, so we drank a ton Saturday, and we really didn't sleep because we just kept drinking, and Sunday we just
These guys are extremely lucid. If there's 60 deep, this is crazy. I cannot believe it. They seem fine.
But these are the types of guys that, and we've seen you guys when you finally, we saw one of you get carried out of the pool in Vegas.
We saw one of you throw up in the cabana.
And get pulled out on a stretcher. It's very hard for you to get to that point. I mean, for you guys to throw up and get carried out on a stretcher, that's got to be 1,000 beers, because 60 beers, Omar's going to play some of this clip. The Bud Light Bros have launched their own show on YouTube. They didn't ask us to promote it. We found it. We think it's great. Here, take a listen to some of these clips. All right, here we go.
If you want to find them, if you want to look them up on YouTube, just search Los Bud Light Bros. And here's the little intro to their first segment.
Welcome to our first video ever on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and this is non-scripted, non-rehearsed. And this is the first video, and it's going to be a count. What do you call it?
Top 90s sitcom episode.
Top 90s sitcoms. Our top 10 list.
There you go. They finally get there. They finally get there. And by the way, I want to mention that for the most part, I think these guys are just kind of bringing up all this information off the top of their off the top of their heads. It's like they don't have any script, nothing, no paperwork. They just have the top 10 list, what they're going to cover, and they go, through the entire top 10. But I found at number 10 that this was very interesting. They think Sabrina the Teenage Witch was a good show.
Yeah. This was a cool show because the cat provided all the comedic relief. Let's be honest. Melissa Joan Hart wasn't that funny, but it was a good show. And for the 90s, for 90s sitcoms, it was a pretty good show.
Okay, for the most part, all the reviews go the same way. They kind of just say, okay, this is the show we like coming in at whatever number, and they recite the cast and who played what, and then they say it was a pretty good show. But also, at the beginning of this, they said there was going to be no bells and whistles, so they decided to do their own intro and themes, and at number 7, the Wayans brothers came in.
The Wayans brothers. We're colored, we're happy, and we're singing, and we're colored. Da, 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 da. Give me a high five. Oh, man. So that show, that's a great show.
In depth.
Yeah. So here's at number 7, Home Improvement came in, and here's a little bit where you can actually tell that they have been drinking just a bit.
It was 3 boys growing up doing and the parents trying to
you should the game should be guess what sitcom they are describing, because
totally, that'd be a fun game.
No idea if you played that description. That was Home Improvement right there.
So I'm going to fast forward through the clips a little bit here. So they do all their own production with their mouths, and I want you to guess what came in at number 1. And they do the theme song with their mouths, and I just want you guys to think.
Top 90s sitcom. They're saying 90s.
The best sitcom of the 90s.
You know what? I think maybe this one came in at number 2 for them. This was at number 2 for them. Yep.
So this was part 1, though. Right?
I'll get to that.
Yeah,
I'll get to that.
I think if they did it with their mouth, it's going to be
Here we go. Want me to play it?
Show. Yeah, it's got to be
What do you think?
It could be Seinfeld. Could be Cosby.
Ding, 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 ding. You are right. It is Seinfeld, and here's the review for Seinfeld.
Seinfeld is Seinfeld.
Yeah, spot on. Those guys nailed it.
I love it.
For sure. And as an honorable mention, they did want to mention that Martin was a huge part of their lives and a huge thing, but I think they kind of failed to explain why it didn't make their top 10.
Martin, damn Gina, man, Martin, another great sitcom of the 90s, but it's just one that didn't make our list. Just because they didn't make our list.
That's a good point. I like, guys, Bud Light Bros, I want to say, I like how you explained your explanation. I think a lot of people would over-explain stuff, but not you guys. Just the right amount.
Yeah, we got right to the point,
Yeah.
Well, it was 26 minutes long of a top 10 list, so I don't know if you
26.
super got to the point.
And and then it's also, as Omar will point, it's not a top 10 list because they do give a lot of other ones that were not on the list, so they do mention other shows as well.
Absolutely. At number one, guys, what do you think the Bud Light Bros claim to be the number one sitcom of the 90s?
Number one sitcom of the entire 90s?
Full House.
Yes.
No, that's
Friends?
not 90s. They wouldn't say Friends. I couldn't imagine they would say that. This is Bud Light Bros, so it's got to be the drinking. I would imagine it's a part of it.
Oh, you're going down there. Good route. There it is. Good job, Jake.
Jake, what'd you say?
With children.
Married with children.
Love and marriage.
These guys.
So that was their number one. And they were going through the synopsis of the show and, kind of like, letting us know who played who. And for some weird reason, it just cuts off. We're like, what? As a viewer, I was like left, I was on the edge of my seat trying to what these guys have to say. So they came back with the second video, and this is how they picked it up.
What is it?
No, it's still going.
All right. So, anyhow.
Technical difficulties.
So, that's our list. Go ahead and,
you didn't even explain the show.
I don't even know if we're live.
Guys,
I love that at the beginning of this. They said we can only put up one video a week because it's a lot of production work involved in this.
Hey, Chris, Billy, by the way,
awesome.
Billy, I think it's your birthday today. Is that right?
It was my birthday on Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday, Billy, Bud Light Bro. Hey guys, you're gonna be our Jimmy Kimmel. So
I love it.
Please, we can't wait for more things. When's the next episode going up?
Probably on Sunday. If it's anything like this, probably another top 5 to make it shorter though.
Right, good
top
idea.
5 what? Any ideas?
What's it gonna be?
Probably like top 5 comedy movies of the early 2000s. Like the raunchy stuff.
Of the 32,000?
This is going to be comedy movies
from
the future. I can't wait for that list. All right. Well, wonderful. We'll all tune in for that. We'll put up a link. Congratulations. Love to inspire some listeners. Back in a second, we got your news, and then we'll send you to Universal as we celebrate movies in the present time. That'll be coming up on KROQ.
World Famous KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ.
How would you like to join us right now for some Johnny Doesn't Know? All you got to do is get on the phones. 800-520-1067. Super Bowl weekend is finally here. And you would think that everyone would know a thing or two about the Super Bowl. It is the most watched television event of the year every year by millions, I believe. But will Johnny know? Will Johnny know basic stuff about the big game? If you would like to join us, the number to call is 800-520-1067. Up for grabs. Tickets for you to see John Mulaney at Yamava, plus $50 to play the slots. It's a show coming up later this February. And where's Johnny? Oh, come on in, Johnny. What are you doing? How much fanfare do you need? Johnny takes his own time now because, he was a UCLA speaker. He's a professor now. Professor Johnny. We may have to change your name from the postmaster to Professor Johnny.
Excuse me, I am Professor CEO, Postmaster Johnny now?
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Professor CEO?
Well, not because he wants to be the CEO of this company.
So you've given yourself the job?
Yeah. Basically now I have big credentials.
Just so you know, Johnny, in all seriousness, we did send that letter that you sent us, your letter you wrote to be the CEO, we did forward it off to the corporate HR. So they do have it.
Oh, yeah, huh? All right.
We did send it.
Yeah.
Just let you know.
All right.
If you'd like to hang out with Johnny, believe it or not, there's an opportunity for you to hang with Johnny this Sunday. He's going to be in the flesh at one of our absolute favorite places in Southern California, the San Bernardino International Airport.
Yep, be there 2 to 4 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right, so you can actually go hang with Johnny. I don't even know what's going on. I'm sure he'll bring stuff with him, but if you're in that area, would like to take a drive, need an activity to do, pregame with Postmaster, he'll be at the airport hanging out. All right.
Parking's just $5.
Yeah, win lift tickets to KROQ Storms Bear Mountain.
Okay, very cool.
Well said.
I almost slipped it.
That's our CEO.
That's future CEO right there. Let's say hi to Craig in Long Beach. Give him the first chance for Johnny Doesn't Know. Allie, you got that theme song for Johnny Doesn't Know?
I got it.
Here we go. Will Johnny know anything about the Super Bowl? Your chance to predict and find out. Here we go. Hit it.
Johnny doesn't know.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
G's for gay.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
I didn't know Broadway was in New York.
Johnny doesn't know.
There's no green wine, Johnny.
The bottle's green, but you know how sometimes when they pour it and it's got the brownish yellow greenish? You know the green wine. You know the wine that's like you pour it. There's two colors of wine. There's like the like.
These are all green bottles of wine that I
No. That's Perrier.
That's the CEO right there. Big fan of Perrier. Craig in Long Beach. You're the first person that gets a chance to play. Super Bowl edition. Johnny doesn't know. All right, Johnny, here we go. And yes, I think we did do a Super Bowl. Johnny doesn't know Super Bowl last year.
I think it's a yearly tradition.
There are some questions that we may have already asked him that you would think he would know the answer to because he's been asked them already. But there's a good chance he would not still know. Johnny, first question. What coach is the Super Bowl trophy named after? Craig, will Johnny know this, yes or no?
No, he will not.
All right, Johnny. What coach is the Super Bowl trophy named after?
I remember this one from last year. It's the Gene Vincent Trophy.
What?
I don't...
We said Gene Vincent last year. That was the guy.
Craig said you would not know, and good news, Craig's right. You do not know. When did we say Gene Vincent?
Last year. It was the big silver trophy. The guy's dead, obviously. They only name it after the dead guys. Gene Vincent. The big Super Bowl. I think they named a high school after him, too.
Are you thinking of Vince Lombardi?
No, Gene Vincent.
No, definitely not.
I'm definitely not thinking of...
Definitely Gene.
I told you, Gene Vincent.
No, it's Vince Lombardi.
Oh, it is Vince Lombardi.
That's why I just said that. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe it is Vince Lombardi. All right.
Do you think if we ask him the same question, do you think we'll ask him next year, Allie? If we ask him again next year, he'll know this?
I don't think so.
But Lombardi's the trolley in San Francisco.
No, that's Lombard Street.
Lombard Street. Yeah, never mind.
Oh,
all
man.
right. Next
Johnny,
question. Next question.
Next question. All right. Sam got his right. Let's say hi
And
to...
we're traveling down Lombardi Avenue.
Damn.
Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
Let's say hi to Roman. Give Roman a shot at this. Hey, Roman, good morning. Welcome to Johnny Doesn't Know Super Bowl. You ready to go?
Let's do this.
Johnny, every year the winning quarterback of the Super Bowl claims they're going to go somewhere after the game. Where do they claim they're going to go? Will Johnny know this?
That's going to be a big negative. So let's go 2 for 2.
A big no. A big negative. How could you ever bet against a man who is a previous speaker at UCLA and potentially the future CEO of this company? Johnny, where you do have a confident look in your face as you're playing with your fingers.
You see my hands? You see this?
That's
These
smart people stuff.
Yep, this is professor hands right here.
Oh, you're holding your hands together?
You put them together like you're praying, kind of, but you just tips only. Just the tips.
Do you know where the winning quarterback claims they're going to go every year after the Super Bowl?
I'll have you know, they're going to Disney.
Whoa!
Wow.
Johnny
got one right. I didn't think you'd get that. Yep. Sam in Huntington Beach on KROQ. It's Johnny Doesn't Know Super Bowl. Hello, Sam.
Hey, good morning.
Johnny, what animal is the mascot of the Kansas City Chiefs? Chiefs are playing in the Super Bowl this year. I would ask you what is the mascot of the Philadelphia Eagles, but I thought that was a little bit too easy of a question.
We also thought of asking, what is a mascot?
Thought about asking what is a mascot, but I also thought that was going to trip him up. So you know that the mascot of the Eagles is the eagle. What is the animal mascot of the Kansas City Chiefs?
So it is an animal.
Will Johnny know this, Sam? Yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not, he says with confidence. Johnny, think it out.
Oh, crap. Chiefs.
Do you want to use your professor hands to help you?
I'd like to call on somebody. Can I get a lifeline to
nope, you've never been able to get a lifeline.
We should start.
This is a hard one. I just looked this up.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to know this one. The average Joe's not going to know what a chief is.
I think the average Joe is going to know what a chief is.
So it is a chief. It is a chief. Handkerchief. Regular
oh my
chief.
God! What other chiefs can you name? This is great.
In your mind, the mascot is a giant handkerchief?
What else is a chief?
That is.
I've never used a chief. What is a chief?
Hold on. Let this man laugh at you for a little.
I know. I love it.
Johnny.
Handkerchief. Chief. I don't know.
I said what animal? I've already given you.
Animal.
I said to you what animal mascot?
The Badgers.
Oh my God.
Okay, all right. Sam, good job.
Jake, what's the answer, Jake?
He didn't know.
It's a coyote.
How
is
anybody supposed to know that?
I think it's a wolf, Jake, actually.
Oh, yeah, it was a wolf.
Yeah,
it's really weird. It's weird looking at animals.
But,
we had to look it up 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, but it's not a weird-looking animal.
They were like, we can't do a chief because it's racist.
No, everybody was watching the game was like, what is that?
They couldn't do the chief because everyone got offended, so they went with a racist wolf instead.
So, Commanders. It's like Commanders to Redskins. That's what it is like that.
Whoa, Johnny.
Well,
that's what the team was called for 40 years.
I think there was a lot of talk about potentially changing the Chiefs' name, wasn't it?
There was some conversation about it, but they keep winning, so you can't change the name while the team's winning. They had no problem changing the Redskins' name. That team was terrible.
Yeah.
So we should throw a flag on this play,
Johnny,
and reverse this point.
But the wolf, their little dancing wolf, I mean, I feel like you see it all over the place. It's constant.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Nope.
But just seeing it, you don't know what it is. It doesn't look like a wolf.
Exactly. Well, it's like all cross-eyed and stuff. You've seen that.
Oh, yes. I thought that was a raccoon.
How did you have that ready so fast?
All right. Well, listen, Johnny.
Tuffy.
This is a quick round. We only have time for a quick round today.
Wow.
And Sam is probably still laughing. Sam predicted correctly. Craig predicted correctly.
Let's give it to Sam.
Sam, congratulations. You've won yourself tickets to see John Mulaney. The laughs will continue at Yamava. You're very welcome. The Hanky's still laughing
He
about.
loves that.
Plus $50 to play the slots. You'll be at Yamava on February 21st. Hang tight. Quick break. Back with more show. Your ADD News. A brand new hour starts next. Good Charlotte has new music, and they will be in the KROQ studios later on this afternoon. I think 4 o'clock today they're going to be hanging out with the great Kevin Ryder. So if you are craving some new Good Charlotte, want to see what those guys have been up to, the Maddens, well, then I hope you listen this afternoon to KROQ and find out what happens. I guess yesterday Sublime was in here after we had left as well. Mm-hmm. So it's once again nice
we were just talking about Eric.
All this fresh blood coursing through the veins of KROQ yet again. And we'll get your news now. Then we give you your tickets to Universal, and then a brand new hour of the show can officially begin. So here we go.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
I guess we'll cover this week in crime in Los Angeles. Yes, there is a lot, including a man on probation who was just found with hundreds of pounds of illegal fireworks at a business complex in Upland earlier this week.
Of all the crimes, that seems like something we shouldn't really care about anymore. I mean, the illegal firework thing is so low should be so low on our list of priorities.
It's just interesting to me that he's on probation and he's like, I gotta live an upstanding life. I gotta not get back into prison again, right? But it is 4th of July, and I do need to have a bomb-ass firework display.
Yeah,
otherwise I'm a loser.
Or he's got to make some money, side hustling.
Yeah.
Most people I know that have a lot of illegal fireworks, they're not for using. You don't get high on your own supply. Those are for distributing and selling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe he was doing that. So then the real crime I wanted to talk about is something that we mentioned way earlier, and that is this guy in Yucaipa, well, it's 2 men, who kidnapped 85 koi fish from a restaurant pond. This was at Oak House Restaurant in Yucaipa, and they were able to steal 85 different koi fish from a pond, and they released before and after photos. And this is one of those koi ponds where it is just crawling. Like sometimes you see a koi fish pond and there's like 6 of them floating around in there, and then sometimes you see like a zillion of them in there, and you're like, oh my God, how did they all breed? And it just ended up being thousands of these koi fish in one pond. So they scooped them up. They eventually, through security footage, traced them back to their house and found 5 of the koi in their house, but the other 80 are missing. And I'm like, what did they... What are they going to do with the koi fish? Are they trying to just resell them to other people?
What's it, Jake? I feel like this is something you would know.
What is the value of having a koi fish?
What's the price of a koi? One koi.
Oh, they range dramatically, but I can look at what the big ones go for. They go for a lot. I know
the
that.
The fact that your answer is anything other than I have no idea is already a problem. The answer.
I was
we got all excited.
No way he knows something about
this. Thank God you're asking me this. They range from the minnows all the way up to the big kois, king kois. I mean, I just wasn't sure. Like, I think koi fish are expensive fish. They're definitely more than those goldfish you win
I'm
at.
hearing $10 to $20,000.
That's a huge range.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Well, because I guess the fully grown ones, that's where, because some of those kois get massive in size.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of them are actually goldfish, I think, because my friend growing up had a couple of goldfish, and she just put these tiny goldfish in a giant tank, and they got massive, like koi fish level gigantic.
Yeah, but they're different. I mean, there's a difference to them. I know
goldfish are not koi fish. They're not the same.
I know they're not koi
That's
fish.
what you said.
But no, I said some of them, I think sometimes are actually goldfish and not koi fish.
That's
I think
what,
that's
what I said you said.
I'm not saying they are koi
boy.
fish, you dumbass.
Sounds like you are.
I'm not saying they're the same thing. I'm saying some people do, I think, an El Cheapo hack, and they just throw a couple of regular goldfish in there, and they're like, hey, it's koi.
The restaurant, people think, oh, it's supposed to be a nice restaurant. They got all that koi money.
Yes, but I think if you grow them in like a giant tank,
they never stop growing.
They never stop growing because these goldfish were the biggest things I've ever seen.
Mhm.
And it was like, dude, I could have been fooled if they were thinking they were a koi fish.
This guy's able to sell these things. Let's just go ahead and put it somewhere in the middle at around $10,000 per fish. I mean, that's a nice take right there. Easy, probably low target, easy
yeah, but
target.
that's so tough to hide. You know, like if you just steal jewelry, you could just put them in a drawer. Taking care of koi fish and keeping them alive and then putting them all up for sale, I mean, that is a process.
So they only got 5
Kidnapping
back?
them alone is hard.
Right, 5 of the 85 that were stolen.
Oh, they were like, let's keep 5 just for the house.
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay, so we talked earlier about eating 10,000 tacos for LA. You really stepped it up, fed your faces for a good cause. And as the guys at LA Taco said, eating tacos right now is an act of resistance. And some are saying, what else can we do? Because there are a lot of different businesses that are suffering, street vendors, etc., because of the ICE raids. And on Kimmel, they pointed out another place that we need to start spending money. This was when guest host Diego Luna pointed out another business, the Flower District.
With all of these ICE raids and the National Guard roaming the streets of LA, it's been tough on the local economy. One place that has been hit really hard is the Flower District in downtown LA. It's terrible. And I wanted to do something about it to help. And since Jimmy left his wallet on his desk, I asked Guillermo to go down to the LA flower market with all of Jimmy's credit cards.
So they have Guillermo with just an S ton of flowers all behind him, and they're like, and then Guillermo's like, whatever, he's rich, and he's like, yeah, he was rich.
Yeah.
So I guess Jimmy Kimmel's doing his part by buying all of the flowers in the flower.
Today we officially announced 10,000
Flowers.
for LA. It's not as delicious as the taco thing we did, but let's stand behind the flower people as well.
Your house will be great, and your allergies will be terrible.
Terrible.
And then, of course, around 4th of July, they always love to talk about animals and how they might have heightened anxiety during times like this because you've got all these firecrackers going off, firework displays, and they're going to freak out. This is also a very high rate of dogs running away at times like this. But there's an interesting article here about how you yourself might be causing your dog anxiety because, the
You gotta get
fireworks...
Sorry.
What are you doing over there?
I was supposed to play this.
Oh.
You played the Bojangles one instead.
Let's hear Bojangles.
Let me hear Bojangles. Haven't heard that in a
You
while.
gotta get Bojangles.
Yeah, that'll make the dogs run away, for sure.
No, there's an interesting article about how people have these emotional support animals, right? And if they have anxiety, they're using these dogs as emotional support. But according to this new study, you transfer your own stress and anxiety onto your dog. So if you're stressed about something, whether it's your own life or the fireworks or whatever it is, you are literally transferring that onto your pet and making them anxious.
Yeah.
And then they can loop it on back to you, and it's just an endless loop of anxiety that you're putting on each other.
So maybe instead of putting one of those like thunder coats on your dog, you should wear it yourself. You know that like weird thing they sell that's supposed to keep the dogs calm?
I mean, that's pretty much weighted blankets, aren't they?
Yeah, it is like a weighted blanket sort. Yeah, Omar got one of those for his dog. It still crapped all over the place. Omar put it on. I think it immediately squeezed a turd right out of his dog.
Why
in the
are
kitchen.
we shocked that thing called Thundervest is BS?
Because they're not saying it right. It's Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. The idea was the vest was supposed to. I know they sold a lot of product. I think they were on Shark Tank, I want to say.
Well, the idea behind it is like if you're if in autistic people, if they're squeezed in a certain way, it can soothe their bodies, calm their bodies down, and then calm themselves down.
You mean like a hug?
Yeah, we don't know about that. We don't get a lot of
I don't
love.
know. Yeah, I don't know about you and hugs, but that's the general idea of like the studies that they've done. So they think that helps with animals too.
Yeah, that's why they sell all these thunder vests. Well, anyway.
Thunderball and Lively very, very frightening me.
It is frightening.
It is frightening. Good point, Vanessa. Thank you. We get into a brand new hour of the show right now. The very first thing we do is give you tickets. Here we go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous.
You okay there?
You're supposed to press a button when that happens. Or you can just do it now. And then, by the way, if you were looking on the live stream, he grabs his nostrils and flares them out with his fingers so that he can properly snort all of the snot into his head.
I'm struggling to get through it. Maybe I'll just take tomorrow off. Let's get into it. Brand new hour of the show can officially begin. Forget everything you just heard a moment ago. Less phlegm, more fun. That's our motto this hour. Here's what we got for you right now. Caller 20. Let's make your wildest dreams become a reality. KROQ would love you to celebrate your favorite blockbusters at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer. Go beyond the screen with special character meet and greets. Beat the heat with soak-worthy thrills and party in the park like never before. It's the best summer day in LA, happening June 13th through August 10th. Listen and call when you are told to, which is right now. 4 tickets. Universal Studios Hollywood await you. More details at KROQ.com. You can win them from us at 9, noon, 3, and 6. And right now, since we are just after 9 o'clock, we will give away some tickets. And listen, Allie, you could either go to experience the thrills of Universal at Universal, or later this morning, we've asked Vanessa to recreate some of these amazing Universal movie theme scenes that have happened and some of your favorites. And I just want you to hear some of this stuff because it will really bring you into the movie.
And it'll get you hyped to go to Universal.
Oh, my God. I mean, listen to this. This is as exciting as it gets right here. This is
it's probably some of the characters you'd see walking around, right?
This is from a Universal movie and I think the newest ride that will be opening soon, if it hasn't already, at Universal. Let's see if you can figure it out.
Hey, you thought you could leave without saying goodbye? I used to say I live my life a quarter mile at a time. And I think that's why we were brothers. Because you did. This is your car. My car?
There it is. Iconic scene from Fast and Furious as performed by Vanessa. That's right. She took on all the roles in that one. It's amazing.
It sounds like she's doing the worst story time ever to a group of children.
It really, truly is. That ride's going to be great. I've been watching them do like tests of it. I don't even know if it's officially open yet, but they've been doing like tests. I've been watching the thing hit the tracks. It looks wild.
You spend your time just watching the test runs of the Fast and Furious ride?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think about that?
I love it. Hey, Rachel.
Yes?
You're caller 20.
No way.
Yeah, we don't joke. You're going to go to Universal. 4 tickets will be yours. Thank you for starting your day with us here on KROQ, and enjoy your time at Universal Studios, all right?
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Allie, this hour we try to save humanity. Coming up later this morning, hot dog champion Joey Chestnut. Just when you think we'd start phoning it in, the show actually starts to get good next. on is to try to give you a slightly better morning every single morning. That's why we're doing these additional summer hours, live till 11. Normally, we'd be packing our bags and getting the hell out of here in about 30 minutes, but no, that's not the case. We're going to stick around, and we got a decent show planned for you. But no matter how hard we try, people will still find things to complain about. We live in a culture where people love to complain. They love to complain about problems more than solve problems, and even though we're trying to solve the problem of boredom, and the problem of other radio shows all doing the same stuff, celebrity birthdays and hot gossip and all that crap, then people find things to complain about with our show. And I didn't even know this existed, but I want you to hear this complaint that is waiting for us on the GOAT line.
Klein and Allie, so I just went to find the GOAT line on your Instagram because I was listening to the podcast and I wanted to complain about Ryan Seacrest ads being played on my ad list, and I was getting really annoyed. But when I went to find the phone number, it's listed as GOAT as 4725. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I look at my keypad, 4725 does not spell out GOAT.
So we've either posted the wrong phone number or we've been saying this wrong for years. And the GOAT line is not actually the GOAT line. It's the Goot line.
It is. Is it Goot?
I don't know. I don't know what the issue is.
We'll never know.
I thought it's...
Or I don't know about you guys, but I spell GOAT 4628.
Did we post... Did we post...
We're checking.
Nope. It looks like it's posted correctly since January 2023. 844-956-4628. The GOAT line.
No, it says 4728.
No, what are you looking at? Because I'm looking where it says GOAT on our Instagram story highlights. But it has a picture of the phone. It clearly says...
No, it's in the info section.
Oh, man,
on our
Johnny.
profile. It says right here, 4728.
Johnny, remember the big...
Which would actually be the GRAT line.
It wasn't me. I don't edit 4725.
We're the GRAT line now?
We're the GRAT line.
But I think we technically do own the number GOAT.
Yeah, it is GOAT. And it does say 844-956-GOAT. Parentheses, here's the actual number.
But that's wrong.
But the number
But it has
code
two
is
numbers wrong.
Yeah, it says 4725 when it's 4628. So who put that in wrong?
Well, you're the CEO of the Instagram, Johnny. Remember that whole pep talk we had?
It was definitely Klein.
It was Klein.
It was Klein.
What are you talking about, Klein? It was Klein.
I think it was Klein.
You run the Instagram. There's no way I would have spelled that wrong.
But I
know how to
wouldn't
spell
have edited
GOAT.
the bio, though.
You didn't spell it wrong. You just listed the wrong number.
Well, that's possible. I am dyslexic.
4725 is Grok.
I like that better.
Don't call the crock line.
Maybe that's Johnny's fault. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out.
Thank you for calling. And I don't know. And the reason this woman says she was calling to complain about Seacrest is because apparently, I didn't realize this, but we have commercials during our show that have Seacrest all over them. And
really?
And she was saying that she doesn't like the whole reason she found our show is because she was sick and tired of Seacrest, and now she's got to hear him during our show doing
He
commercials.
makes his way into everything, though.
What's he
can't avoid it.
promoting? Do you know? Wheel of Fortune? Some crap like that?
No, I think it's that casino.
American Idol?
New show, Bud Light Bros.
He's he's producing the new Bud Light Bro Countdown show, I think.
Ryan's Buds.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about that.
There's nothing we can do about that because we can change it right now.
No, I'm talking about the Seacrest stuff, Allie.
Oh.
I have no control over what commercials air during the show, but I think that we could probably update and get the right number. Thank you for once again. Thank you guys. We make a lot of mistakes on this show on a daily basis, so thank you for
Johnny
updating
did
us.
not even know that numbers and letters correspond to one another.
He did not.
Because he was like, how do I...
He's like,
GOAT
how do you
isn't
call-
a number.
Oh, yeah, I did it. And then remember we did that whole on-bit segment?
No.
It's a whole long bit segment? That does sound like it.
That sounds like something we've done. When we get back, we'll figure out if humanity stands a chance. Robots taking over more and more by the day. We've got some man versus machine action to get you into 4th of July week next week. And we'll figure out if us as humans stand a chance as it pertains to things like smuggling illegal fireworks. Do we have a better plan than the robots? Or what is the best way to eat free on the 4th of July? It's a great day for cheap people like Allie. But will the robot have better advice? Man vs. Machine will be next on KROQ. Stick around.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in L.A. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com. Rated KROQ.
K-Rock, Klein, Allie Show. Everyone argues that the generation that they grew up in is the best generation because it's their generation. You got to have pride for your own gen. Even if you think your gen is not, quote, the greatest generation, which was stolen so early, it seems unfair that I think the greatest generation, those are all the really old people now, right? Didn't they coin the greatest generation?
Did they?
Like the pre-baby boomers? I always feel like that's like...
I thought that was like the World War II people.
Yeah, they're like, we're the greatest generation. You steal that so early. What hope do the rest of us have?
Well, I think back then you could just say that stuff.
Yeah,
now I don't know who determines what the generation names are. I guess the same people that determine hurricane names.
Probably. And if you identify as Gen X or Gen Z or Millennial or Zennial, there are so many different categories, and there's always a reason why your generation did the best things for society and why the generation after you is usually screwed. And then there's all this generation on generation bashing. Well, we cut through all of it right now as we have representatives on the phone representing. This week we're doing a Gen Z millennial battle because that seems to be, even though there's a lot of Gen X versus Gen Z, there's still some Gen X versus millennial that happens. This one seems to be the real tricky part. Johnny has a lot of hate for millennials.
Well, I think Gen Z likes to make fun of millennials because we grew up without internet, but also are still living in a digital age. So it's like the millennial pause. Have you heard of the millennial pause?
No.
See, that's the kind of stuff we hate millennials for. Y'all be making up some weird stuff, and it's so one-sided. It's like nobody cares about that.
Johnny and I were having an argument off the air about what things he takes credit for in his generation, and one of the ones he said Gen Z gets credit for is Pilates. And I said, Johnny,
What?
I think Pilates has like been around since the
Only
greatest.
hot girls are doing it right now. All the young hot girls are doing Pilates. They're not in the gyms.
I'm doing Pilates.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, Gen Z is called Gen Z because they're the first generation. They're digital natives. They're the first generation to grow up with the internet, and that would be between the late 90s and early 2010s as far as year that you were born. And millennials are defined as people to be born between 1981 and 1996.
So let me say hi to the Gen Z representative on the phone right now, who is, when were you born? What year were you born in, Eliza?
98. I'm 26.
All right, she's 26. Proud Gen Zer, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, you have the entire hopes and dreams of a generation on your shoulders right now. So I hope you take this seriously. You'll be battling a millennial. His name is Matthew. He's listening to the show right now. Matthew, what year were you born in?
1989.
All right, we got
I'm
a 1989 35-year-old battling a 1998 26-year-old. The questions, as always, you will have a chance to answer the questions that should be given to the other generation, and then they will have a chance to steal if you cannot answer correctly. So, for instance, Matthew, you will be given questions that will be easy for Eliza to answer, being a Gen Zer. She will be given questions that should be easy for you to answer as a millennial. You get a chance to answer them. If you're wrong, the other person can steal. Allie will keep track, and at the end, we'll determine which generation reigns supreme this week. All right, here we go. First generation to go, the generation that goes first is the generation that was born first, and that puts us in Matthew, the millennial. Matthew.
Yes.
Your first question. If someone is posting something using the hashtag OOTD, what are they posting? Matthew.
OOTD. OOTD.
Matthew.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No answer?
I'm joking.
All right, that is millennial. A chance to steal the question back that she should get. Let's say hi to Eliza for a Generation Z. What would they be posting if they were to use the hashtag OOTD?
OOTD, outfit of the day.
That is correct.
Come on, Matthew.
Popularized by Gen Z. Gen Z gets a point. We now go to Gen Z for their question, which is something that millennials would know, but they would not. Eliza, who was everybody's first friend on MySpace?
I do know this. I know this. My Tom?
Tom
Eliza.
is correct.
Atta girl, baby.
Eliza, how did you say you knew this? Were you going to say, my grandfather was friends with him? How did you...
My older brother.
Oh.
He's in his 30s.
Got it. See, that's the unfair advantage. All right. So now we have Gen Z goes up 2. Matthew, the question now goes back to you. Generation Wars. Matthew, representing millennials, and they need some help here.
Yeah, I need to step it up.
Matthew, use bussin' in a sentence.
Busted?
Bussin'.
Bussin'.
Oh, man.
I was walking to the store the other day. I was bussing.
Oh, no.
Trash.
No, no.
Sorry, we cannot accept that. For the steal, Eliza, representing Gen Z, use bussin' in a sentence.
This hamburger's bussin'.
That is correct. I would accept that. That's a tasty burger right there. All right. Well, this is not good. She's gotten so far all of her questions correct and all of your questions correct. Eliza, you're up on the clock, up 3-0 right now.
Matthew thinks that when you're on the bus, you're like, I'm bussing.
I'm bussing. I am bussing to school.
Ooh, I'd be bussing.
Eliza,
They're
here
like,
we go.
I'm going to stab you.
Eliza, what music sharing program had a mascot of a cat wearing headphones?
Oh, Justin Timberlake played the guy in the Social Network that made this thing. Oh my God.
Need an answer.
Napster?
Napster is correct.
Oh my God, Eliza.
Wow. Eliza representing Gen Z. Johnny's so excited. He's standing up in the other room. She's up 4 now. I don't think there's a comeback in your future, unfortunately, for millennials, but let's find out. Matthew, here's your next question. What is Delulu short for? What is Delulu short for?
The Lululemons?
Oh my God.
The Lululemons.
Trash, bro.
Christ. Eliza, you want to steal this one back?
Yeah, I mean, delusional that thinks millennials are better than
That's correct.
Having
that
a
is
mentee
correct.
bee.
All right, so this is not good for millennials, by the way. This is going to be the biggest slaughtering that's ever happened in Generation
clean
Wars.
sweep.
Clean sweep, and there's only one question left. This
323 said, stop dicking around, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, really, the hopes and dreams of millennials are hanging on you, and you are disappointed.
All these acronyms. I'm sorry.
All right, Eliza,
Ridiculous.
here we go.
It's ridiculous.
Let's see if we can trip her up.
He's trying to get off my lawn approach.
Eliza, what store had topless men standing outside of it to try to sell some overpriced jeans and T-shirts?
Oh, I can smell the store. Yes. Oh, it's not Abercrombie. It was Hollister.
Wow. I mean, she's right.
Technically, I would have accepted Abercrombie, but Hollister did that move as well.
They were like, we have even hotter guys.
Both acceptable. Yeah. All right, she gets the point again, and now it doesn't even really matter at this point, Matthew, but let me just try to get you on the board at the very least. Matthew,
Yes.
What is Zyn? What is Zyn?
A little tobacco pouch.
All right,
You put in your
finally.
mouth.
That's the one thing we want.
A nice red.
Tobacco. Something you'd enjoy with, nice risotto.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations. Well, at the end of all of this, it doesn't matter because Gen Z smoked millennials. And Eliza, congratulations.
Congrats.
As a result, not only do you get bragging rights for your generation,
You get bragging rights for ours, too.
you can also get some tickets to go see John Mulaney telling jokes at Yamava with $50 to play the slots. All right.
Great, thanks.
And I bet you know who Lola Young is too, don't you?
Who?
Here's your answer right here. Lola Young. This is messy. Check it out. It's all over the socials right now. I'm sure you've heard the song. Congratulations. Next week, will your generation win? Let's find out. Gen Z will be back to defend themselves. This time they'll be going up against Gen X. That'll be next week on KROQ. As 909 puts it, the station is a garbage truck on fire, but in the best ways. We'll take that as a compliment, we think, and thank you for interacting with us. As you know, AI will forever change our lives, take our jobs, take our wives, etc.
And we're okay with it.
But we wanted to prove that humanity is still relevant, which is why at least once a week we try to battle ChatGPT, all of the latest AI technology to figure out if us humans and humanity stands a chance. We call this man versus machine. And this is a 4th of July themed edition, but more importantly, I believe that the questions have been catered to each of our strengths. Allie will try to answer where the best place is to eat for free or how to eat free on the 4th of July.
Easy.
Jake will get a question about keeping your pets calm. And Omar, we'll start with you.
Yeah.
The question we have for you, a man who I know has smuggled fireworks, purchased lots of illegal fireworks over the years. What is the best way, especially with new tariffs and new securities and the concern of fires, what is the best way in this year, 2025, to sneak illegal fireworks and to get your hands on illegal fireworks?
So from personal experience, I had a buddy of mine who would put on the best fireworks shows year after year, and he would rent a U-Haul truck, and he would drive up to either Wyoming or Montana, where there was a huge warehouse of illegal fireworks, and what he would do is put up, in case he got pulled over, there were mattresses in the front and heavy furniture. Past that, it was all illegal fireworks. Wow. But if the police officer, CHP, or whoever it was, or whatever, was, in Wyoming or whatever, was patrolling the highways, would stop them, they would not want to, get all that stuff out because it's very heavy. Yes.
Oh, so hide it behind heavy furniture that people are too lazy to choose to move.
Oh, and did he get a good deal on the furniture?
No, it was like old crappy furniture that he just had.
Furniture is not part of it, Allie.
Where did he get the furniture? I'm sure it's cheaper in Wyoming.
So Omar says you need to put in a U-Haul, drive to another state where you can get the good ones, and then bring them over state lines, but hide them behind heavy furniture. This is what the robot said. Same question. What is the best way for us to get our hands on illegal fireworks?
I can't help with that. If you're looking to enjoy fireworks, it's best to stick to legal and safe options. Every state or city has its own rules, and breaking them can come with serious consequences, like fines, injuries, or worse, explaining it to your mom.
So not only is it terrible advice, but also they tried to be cute and clever by saying, also you got to tell your mom.
Oh, they probably use dumb emojis with
so
it too.
The good news is that point goes to humanity for sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Well said. I didn't even think about that.
Bet Grok, Elon Musk's AI, probably would have helped out with this question.
Now,
that one's supposed to be edgy, I think.
Yeah, but a lot of times when you ask AI or ChatGPT to help you do illegal things, if you use the word illegal, it's a buzzword. It kind of shuts down. So you just need to be like, how could I get some better fireworks? Maybe. But just saying the word illegal is like a tip-off. And, they'll narc you out. So a point human on that one. Humans up 1-0 in this round. Allie, we go to you next. No one is cheaper than you. Mm-hmm. Let's say you want to eat free on the 4th of July. What is the best way to eat for free on the 4th of July?
Here's my biggest hack, and then I have a backup hack if the first one doesn't work. Get there early for wherever you're going to watch fireworks and be a spot saver. That will gain you some leverage, and you save a spot of somebody who looks like they're going to have a big setup with a cooktop and everything. If you save their spot and you get in good with them, they want to repay you with free food. Oh, thanks so much for saving our spot. I'm glad because we had to get our grill in and everything. And here's tons of leftover hot dogs and free booze usually. If that doesn't work, then go into a restaurant near the firework display, order something, and then they say there's ash in it.
Oh. And then try not to pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I would have thought you would have said this is a great time, a great day to sneak into people's backyards that already have cooked. No one knows everyone at their barbecue. The idea that you could just so easily hear someone having a backyard thing and just kind of wander in.
Well, usually when I'm at 4th of July, I'm in a line of people that are waiting to watch fireworks, and everyone's got their little tents up, and then you can mingle and wander and make friends like that. That's usually, I think hijacking someone's backyard is a little tougher.
All right. Allie says, order food at a restaurant, eat it, then claim there was ash in it.
Yeah, or be a spot saver and gain some leverage for free food.
Let's see what the robot says if you want free food on the 4th of July.
Krispy Kreme is offering a free original glazed donut on Friday, July 4th if you visit a participating location wearing red, white, and blue. Limit 1 per person, and while supplies last. Also, many places offer free or discounted meals to men and women of the armed forces.
Well,
that's not relevant.
Point robot.
So you're going to wear red, white, and blue and then go wait in line at a Krispy Kreme for one donut?
Everyone's wearing red, white, and blue anyway.
Not
it's
worth it.
The one day of the year you wear that stupid shirt you bought at Old Navy 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I do have a pair of military fatigues just in case.
Okay, so Allie's going to do stolen valor to eat for free. I'm shocked you didn't think that, Allie. All right, Jake, you're a dog lover. You're a fur daddy or whatever you call yourself. And a lot of people are concerned that the animals freak out on the 4th of July because of all the fireworks. There's tons of advice. We just heard some in the ADD News. But what is the best tip you can give as a human? Let's see if humans can give better advice than robots as to how to keep your dogs chill during the 4th of July festivities?
First, if you have access, you can give him like a little sedative, like a little doggy sedative. I know you sell those at numerous outlets, but also you want to turn on like some white noise, like a loud air conditioner, or even turn
Our
your
show?
TV up. I'm sorry?
Our show is
It
the
is
whitest
white.
noise. The whitest
Very
noise.
white noise. Very white noise is what our show is.
Put Allie speaking to the Agora Hill City Council.
Hi, City Council.
Whitest
Put that
noise
on
there
loop.
ever was.
Yeah, and it would put your dog right to sleep like everybody else.
All right, Jake says white noise and potentially a sedative, and this is what the robot says.
Make a safe zone for your furry friend. Create a quiet, cozy space with soft bedding, their favorite toys, white noise, or calming music. Also, certain drugs can calm them down, so remember 1 for them and 3 for you.
Wow. Share the drugs with your human owner.
Good
You know what,
job,
Jake?
Jake.
That's like the 3rd time in a row where you have almost had an exact match with the robots, which is crazy to think that Jake
It
thinks...
finds robots relatable.
Yeah, that he and the AI
Have
are,
the most in common.
Yeah, that's why you did so good on Love Island, I think, because you and the robots kind of think the same.
And it's why you should date Vance.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I'll have to go back to him.
Do you want a reminder of what Vance said?
I remember.
I'm going to play it for you in case you forgot.
This is your man, Jake. This is your soulmate.
This is once again what Vance said, and this is why he thinks you guys would be great together.
Hi, my name is Vance. I love Magic the Gathering tool and f***ing guys until they can't walk straight. I also like nature.
So he's got all the things you like.
Ain't bad.
Jake's not a fan of nature, I guess. It's KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. El Cheapo over there is very proud of all of the things she has done. This week has probably been the best week in the history of El Cheapo, just because she went in front of the city council and demanded everyone gets free air in Agora Hills and
I think
all over
I've
California.
saved other people money so far.
Yeah, well, this guy wanted to let you know that he had a moment. And we always appreciate when things happen in your lives and you feel the need to share with us immediately because you're so proud. And as we're celebrating Independence Day a week from tomorrow, I think today El Cheapo wants to celebrate the independence from paying full price for things, including the biggest score you've ever received. Listen to this message. You'll be so inspired, and then, of course, we'll take your calls. But listen to this guy.
Hey, guys. El Cheapo would have loved this for sure, but I'm starting to regret it a bit. So I went to Home Depot to buy a corner kitchen cabinet that I saw online for $100.
The reason Allie earned the nickname El Cheapo is because we found out that she brought plants back to Home Depot that had died. She had them for years.
No, I didn't have them for years.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I bought 5 of them.
Right.
And I planted them, and I think within a few weeks they were all dead.
Yeah,
and I
which
brought
is
them all back.
Probably on you, but Allie brought them back, and she waited in that line with a bunch of dead plant carcasses and then demanded a refund, and she's all proud that she got it. This guy went to Home Depot to buy corner cabinets.
And when I scanned it at self-checkout, it scanned for 1 penny. So I quickly pay and head to my truck.
Whoa.
That's never happened to me before, so I got kind of excited and went back into the store. And I bought the remaining 5, and they all scanned for 1 penny each. So an employee noticed and told me to hold on after I already paid and I had the receipt in my hand.
So what do you think happened here? Because the
They
guy...
got to honor it.
The guy
if
found...
it scans that price, then they have to honor it.
No way! That's like over $1,000 of merch.
Cool.
It's their problem.
You think that if they made the mistake and the barcode was off and it scans for 1 penny, they will honor it even if it's clear that even if it's marked on the thing.
It is their mistake.
Okay.
And if they screwed up the barcode and it showed for 1 penny and he paid for it, then that's the price.
And by the way, if you go there for 1 corner cabinet, that's not. I mean, it takes up some space, and then all of a sudden you're like, I need to buy all of them because they're 1 penny each.
Yeah, I don't even know what these are, but I'm going to go to Home Depot today and buy these.
You can't. This guy bought them all, Allie.
So I tell her that they legally have to give me the item for 1 penny since that's what it's scanned for. And she was like, well, I don't know about that, but my manager is coming right now.
Oh, boy.
And then he will be going. Go on.
You think...
He's got to drive away right now.
So the manager comes down, and the lady was like, this guy said we have to legally let him leave with the cabinets for 1 penny each.
I heard it from El Cheapo on KROQ.
Uh-huh.
They legally have to let me.
And the manager was like, oh, yeah, he's right. So I head back to my truck. I loaded them up, and they barely fit, by the way. So now I have 5 extra corner cabinets, and they're taking up so much space in my place.
Yeah, you don't even need those, dude.
You got these more corners.
Matter.
You only have 1 corner. That's it.
A penny's
Jesus.
nothing. The pennies are going extinct.
So this guy, for 5 cents or 6 cents, now has 6 corner cabinets. And
you can build the most confusing kitchen.
I don't know what the cans are.
I don't want to deal with Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp people, so yeah, I'm kind of regretting this now.
All right, well, now he's regretting it because he's a valuable lesson. So here it is. Welcome to El Cheapo.
It's time to talk to the kingpin of cheap. Here she is, El Cheapo.
And I'm proud to say El Cheapo is brought to you by American Tire Depot, where you can get cheap deals on tires. You got the lowest tire prices guaranteed. Get thee to an American Tire Depot today.
Hey, Aaron, you're on KROQ. Good morning. Welcome to El Cheapo.
Hi. Yeah. So I just wanted to make a comment. Like, many years ago, I worked at Bloomingdale's, and there was an item that a customer had brought up to the register, and it did come up as a penny. And it turned out that the store had actually lowered it to a penny because it was like a clearance item. And every single one of those items was a penny. And they didn't even tell the employees that they had lowered it. It's like just something that you find sometimes. And it was the store that had done it, it turned out.
I love it.
Do you think if you knew the barcode, like if you were to add a couple of lines, if you were to bring a Sharpie with you,
That it would make it a penny?
If only we knew what it is.
We have to find the barcode penny.
Right,
what is the penny?
It probably
barcode?
changes by store, right?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it was just Bloomingdale's that had lowered this one item that had been previously pretty expensive.
Yeah, I by the way, I know, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a believer in El Cheapo. I think most of the stuff you talk about is pathetic, Allie. But one time I was getting a hoodie at Nordstrom Rack, and this thing was, I don't know, $100-something bucks, and it scanned for a penny as well.
It did?
And the woman even did a double take at the register, and she's like, you got a steal. And I was like, yeah, and I still had this thing probably 10 years, probably one of my best hoodies ever. And I'm so proud.
And you paid a penny for it?
1 penny, and I'm really proud of it. It's my penny hoodie.
So
Things like cashmere. It's like a really nice hoodie.
Now here's the next thing. We have to find that barcode. We have to print it out in sticker form and then go into a store, put those stickers over every barcode.
Well, that's illegal. Well, now you're talking
But
about
also,
stealing.
it's going to be for an item they don't even have.
Right.
Okay, then I'm going to go to the register, and then it's not going to scan and be like, I don't know, you need to give it to me. It's the law.
Didn't you get in trouble for? Didn't you get in trouble for switching stickers on avocados one time because you peeled off?
I didn't get in trouble. I just did it. But my mom used to switch price tags.
Right. Yes, and and there's a reason now.
So she would go to the clearance section. She would take a price tag or those little red stickers that they put over the sticker, and then she would take that and she would put it on a new item. And then she would bring it to the register and say, hey, this is clearance. And then they would say, no, it's not. And she'd say, yeah, well, the sticker's there. And they'd be like, okay.
It's funny how the sticker, now people don't.
Sticker reigns supreme.
Usually the sticker used to reign supreme. But now I feel like enough people got away with that trick that they stopped doing it.
Yeah. But that is how I learned that most of the time, if the barcode scans that way, that they have to honor it because it was their bad.
A lot of the people that are, barcode, scan, put in bag, money, they're all on such autopilot. They're not even really caring that much. Josh on KROQ, good morning.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Sweet Divots.
Sweet Dips.
I used to work at Kohl's a long time ago, and I heard that story and it reminded me. That happens all the time. We had one time a big clearance ticket thing, and some guy came in and bought like 100 pairs of Levi's because they were like $7.
Oh my God,
crazy.
That's amazing!
But then
I need to find these.
But once again, you buy 100 pairs of Levi's. You're all right because those are easy to store. When you buy 6 corner cabinets like this guy,
he'll figure it out.
He now has to unload them, and even if he sells them for $10 a piece, he's still making money. But at some point, you do have to ask yourself: is the juice worth the squeeze here?
Yeah, I mean, but if he's like a contractor or something, eventually he's going to use some of that stuff, I would think.
Hold on. We have a Home Depot employee on the phone now that can clarify what's going on. Hi, Steve.
Yes, hi, exactly. How are you guys doing?
Great. What's the Sweet Tips, dude?
So, reason I'm calling is, so we had penny items all the time, and the reason we had penny items was not because it was for a penny. Reason it happened was because it was on clearance. And the clearance item just keeps dropping every week. So say it was $10 one week, and then next week it just be $5, and eventually it'll just get down to the cents, or eventually it does get down to the penny.
So you're telling me right now, at any Home Depot, if you look hard enough, there are items that are on the shelves that are a penny.
It's not gonna say it's a penny. It's gonna say regular price. Right. But when you do scan it and it does say a penny, technically we're entitled to still sell it to you. But on our end, we have to mark it down like as if it were never sold.
So we just have to find an item we want, scan it, and hope it's a penny, and just keep doing that over and over again until we find the item. Because you're never going to advertise that it's a penny.
No, of course not. Why would they? Because they know guys like this would come in and buy all of them, right? And then so this guy lucked out. He hit the penny jackpot, I guess, if you want to call owning 6 corner cabinets hitting the jackpot.
Then I need to get an employee as a friend to give me the tip off on penny items.
Yeah, I wonder.
They might know.
Hey, Steve, can you give us
a friend at Home Depot that help you with
Can
that.
you give us the tip off now to something you got going on there right now? A little off the record on the air,
So one thing we have sold was actually a saw cutter. So wood cutter.
Great, I need it.
Normally sold for. Go ahead.
I need it. A saw cutter.
Allie's in. She doesn't care what it's for. She just wants it. It's a penny. Yeah. What is the normal price of it? A couple hundo?
$150.
How many of those you got? 50 of them?
No, so people don't even know about them. So we have about 15 left, and this is the Monterey Park Home Depot location. So if you make your time, you can get it for a penny.
All right, get over there, buy some saw cutters. Imagine the reselling.
Why do you need to cut a saw?
I don't know. Saw's too big, Allie. I don't know. You're going to cut a saw. What are you going to do? It can't cut itself.
That's why they're a penny.
This seems ridiculous. Why do I need to cut
realized
this saw?
after they put them on the shelves, no one needed this item.
One thing I don't need to cut.
No, it's just a regular. He corrected himself. I think it's a regular saw. But regardless, all right, get over there. Load up on those. Someone's about to become stupid rich.
Eye-opening.
Eye-opening, huh? And at the same time, completely useless.
Yep.
That's what we do, huh? It's KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Back in a moment. We got your ADD news to get to, and then the legend himself. One of the greatest athletes of our time, if not the greatest. Move over LeBron James.
Bo Jackson.
Nope, it's not Bo Jackson. Joey Jaws Chestnut, the mayor of the 4th of July, Mr. Hot Dog himself, on with us coming up on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show with new summer hours. Live till 11. Wow, that's a long day. Oh, wait, it's 11 a.m., not p.m.? So it's still a pretty short workday? Whatever, dorks.
World Famous KROQ. The world's largest reptile
Are you ready?
I'm not ready because I already think I know what this is, but there's an intervention that is apparently being called. And I am, I guess, the victim. Is that the right word? No?
No, you're the recipient. Yeah,
you're the victim. Excuse me. You've
got this wrong already.
I'm doing something that is affecting you all, and you would like to intervene
Numerous
on
things.
Yeah, but Klein, we have to start out by saying we love you. And we're telling you this because we love you and we want the best for you. And I know you're turning into the person that you don't want to be. I know that you would see yourself walking down the street and you would say, that poor sucker, I can't believe he's living his life that way.
Well, I don't accept your love.
Why?
Well,
Come on, this is just resistance.
This is a silly way to start. And usually I thought the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to walk into a room thinking that we're having a pizza party, and then you guys are all sitting in a circle going
let's get some pizza.
Yeah, I mean, you could have at least gotten me some effing pizza here.
Okay.
That was always the most jealous of that part of the intervention, was the part where the people got like a cool surprise party for like a second, and then they realized, oh, wait.
And they're like, have a seat, we're actually in a conference room.
Yeah, like I at least wanted that part of it.
Oh, everyone's here. Hey, guys, what's going on?
This is my half birthday?
It was like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's something new that you're doing. There have been things that you've been doing for a while. Yes, you are on your phone a lot, and we'll get to that. But there is something specifically I want to bring up, and then I'll let everyone else share different ways that you're affecting them negative.
Not Vanessa. She's not sharing, is she?
Yes, she is.
I'm sharing.
Vanessa. Thought we're cool.
Now, after the show is over, 95% of the time, as soon as we get off the air, we say our goodbyes, have a moment to ourselves, start to talk about the show for tomorrow and what we want to do. You take out your AirPods and you put them in your ears and you just leave them there. Might not be on a phone call, might not be watching or listening to anything, but you've got them in there. I called you out on this at one point and you said it's so I don't lose them.
Yep.
You're the guy that's
that.
walking around with AirPods in at all times, even though you're not on a phone call. And you will do this during meetings. You will have your AirPods in during meetings while we are trying to put together the show. I have no idea what you're looking at. If anything, I don't know if you're paying attention or not. Don't be the AirPods guy. Please, you're bigger than this. You're better than this. You don't need to be the AirPods guy. Just put them away.
All right, well, let me just start by saying I can already stop this problem. I lost them.
Oh, great. All right, next.
Really? You did? You lost them?
Because...
So your big plan did not work whatsoever?
Yeah, because I didn't put them in my ears one time, and now I've lost them. So I have the case, but I don't have the AirPods.
But there are many different things that you are doing to avoid direct communication and contact. Jake, do you want to go next?
No, hold on. I thought we just solved the problem. Problem solved.
No, there's
numerous problems.
There's numerous problems that are funneling through the same thing.
BS. That's not how interventions work. You pick one thing. You're on meth. Let's deal with the meth.
The problem is that you're not present and you're not listening. There are a lot of different ways that you're doing this, and there are a lot of different people who are affected by this individually.
I listen better than anyone. I'm the best listener. I do.
Jake?
Yes, dear Klein.
Oh, I hate this. I'm not listening.
Your behavior has affected me negatively in the following ways. When I load audio onto Vox and tell you what it is, and you don't acknowledge that I said anything, and I have to say, do you hear that? And you still don't say anything. And I say, Klein, you go, yo, yeah. And then when I talk to you over the comm to tell you something or ask you if you're good on audio, and you don't answer me. But actually, it's worse. You do answer me, but you don't take the effort to press the button. And I see you on video not pressing the button, but saying stuff as if you pressed the button. I can't hear you if you don't press the goddamn button.
Wow.
Well, this is not a good intervention.
Also, you still owe me $300.
First of all,
that's irrelevant.
I've seen intervention. They've never yelled at the person like that and made them feel bad about it.
No, they're supposed to cry instead.
We do a lot of checks and secondary checks. It's too many checks. I say, can you put the audio in? If the audio's in, to me, that mission accomplished. I don't need hey, did you get the audio? You need a good job? You need a pat on the ass?
He needs confirmation that you received it.
Allie, how annoying is pushing this button?
It's not annoying.
Oh,
you reach for it, and you're like an inch away.
And then you can't do the extra inch. Right. I end up pushing it a lot for you because you can't make the effort.
Fine. Let me bring up something that just happened like 10 minutes ago, and I did not get confirmation on this, and this is part of the problem. is I put in this brand new, shiny goat line bed that we're supposed to use when we go through the goat line bed, right?
Yes.
And I chime in, and you're distracted because you edit everything last minute. I'm like, hey, dude, just so you know, the goat line bed is in there, and I don't hear anything. So I'm guessing that you heard me and you see it in the system because I loaded it in the system.
That was a
Did
fail.
you play the goat line bed?
No, I did not.
No. Why?
I had my AirPods in. I was tuning you out.
Which 909 said, what do you care, Allie? It's none of your business what he's doing with his AirPods. And generally, it's not.
No, I don't
it's
want to
when
be
we
that
are
guy. You're
at
right.
work
I don't
in
want to
a
be that
meeting.
guy. Sometimes you see some people that you see go, I don't like that. I don't know that person, but I don't like them based on that. And I don't want to. Once people get to know me, they don't like me. But I want them to get to know me first. I don't want them to not like me just on how I appear.
Exactly.
And when I put the AirPods in, it was my plan to not lose the AirPods. I finally.
But in a meeting situation where you're talking to people, it cancels out like 75% of the audio, the sound.
No, it doesn't because they're not on.
Yes, it does.
They're just resting.
Not on. How big are your ears?
Dude, look at them. They're huge. Look how big my ears are. They're
No
massive.
wonder you lost them.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think could be in there right now.
All right,
There are
Johnny.
4 pairs in there.
Johnny, do you want to go?
I don't like this intervention, and I think we've covered it.
I'm ready.
We've covered enough. One thought per break, guys. Too many thoughts.
Okay, mine is really quick. Mine is just, and I know this kind of lends itself to your disability, but I have.
Lends itself to my disability. You're the guy that thought the Iditarod was hauled around by a bunch of Jamaican guys.
All right, stop deflecting.
It lends itself to your ADT, but I have one for when you walk.
ADT?
You got the disability.
Your security
pal.
system?
ADHD.
All right, let's move on to Vanessa.
All right, let's hear Johnny out. I like what he's saying. Go ahead.
Whenever we're talking to you or I'm talking to you, you do this thing where you kind of listen, but then like after like 4 or 5 seconds, you start like drifting and walking away from when we're talking to you. And you're like halfway out the door with your bag, and you're like, all right, yeah, I'll tell son, and then you get caught up in a conversation.
Guys, I understand the point.
Yes, but then what Omar's saying is that you aren't really listening. You're just trying to make us think that you're listening to us.
I am listening. Sometimes it doesn't need to be said in such a long. Johnny will say like, "Hey, I'm going to post something today at 2:00." I go, "All right, cool." To me, that's everything I need. He goes, "Thinking about 2's better than 2:30 because if I go 2:30, it's going to be too close to it." I don't need. I walk out. I don't need all that. It's too much information.
All right.
I got a busy day.
Vanessa?
Piggybacking at everyone, pretty much. Is that how you say it? Anyways, when we have meetings and you're on your phone.
Guys, I hate meetings.
And you're like in social media, I don't know if you're paying attention to what I'm saying. And you know I don't speak very well, so I need full attention.
Vanessa, what did you just say?
Exactly.
I know what you said. In fact, here's the big.
We are not feeling heard, is what we're telling you, Klein.
You're a bunch of whiners, is all.
You're not listening.
Can I say something? Allie thinks because she's doing this on a keyboard, she has her computer. I use my phone for everything. My computer is almost useless.
You
to me.
use it for everything because you like that we don't know what you're doing on it.
I don't care what you do. You put it on. You can put all my stuff up on the screen. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not.
Yes, but you're also. We've learned that humans are not good multitaskers. You can't be reading things, pulling clips on your phone, and listening to us at the same time.
Yeah,
you're not able to do it.
But you're doing it on your computer, right? So you think because you have a laptop.
No, I'm
out,
filling out the schedule. I'm working.
Right. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing on my phone? So you're sitting. You think you're better than me because you're going.
I'm typing. Yeah, that's more official.
Vanessa's asking us, hey, do you guys want to have this guest on? Now, as soon as she says that, I'm already on their Instagram looking at it going, let's see what this guest, let's see what they got going on. I'm already researching things she's talking about.
Yes, but then we will ask you a question and you will not answer.
I'm sorry, what?
909 said he is listening. He just doesn't care.
That's right.
He's listening. He's just not paying attention.
Leslie?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
I think you're at the age now that you're using your AirPods as a hearing aid.
Okay.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
So The Social Network was a fine movie. I wouldn't say that they're announcing a long-awaited sequel by any means, but The Social Network Part 2 is officially coming. The original did win 3 Oscars, so it's not like, it was a good movie, but it's not like, oh man, we've been waiting. But more Social Network is on the way. Aaron Sorkin and Sony are teaming up to create a sequel to the original story of America's least favorite nerd, Mark Zuckerberg. And I know what you're wondering.
Is the Winklevoss twin, is a spinoff of the Winklevis?
That would be funny if we just had a Winklevi's movie.
Just a spinoff, like the same story, but told from their point
animated.
of view. I would love that. It'd be first in line.
I know you were wondering, will this not-so-anticipated sequel include all of Mark's douchey hobbies that he's taken up since becoming a billionaire, like jiu-jitsu and challenging Elon Musk to a battle, or raising Wagyu beef cattle in Hawaii, or his clothing
thing.
Huh?
Wearing that zinc on his nose.
Yeah, wearing all that zinc on his nose. You're right, Jake. Or his clothing line of classical Roman quotes. Or this
or
crap.
His white man afro.
Yeah, that's true. The white man thing. You guys bring up great points. It's like we're writing the script for Aaron Sorkin.
What about his statue building? Remember he built that statue of his wife?
Yeah, that gigantic oversized statue in their backyard because she was obviously pissed at him, and he was like, build her a statue.
Or doing that whole backflip thing.
Oh, yeah, he did start doing backflips. Remember we went up on stage and rapped, too?
Well, then I was going to bring up this.
Shorty crumb, so fresh, so clean. Can't you off that question's been harassing me in the mind? This girl is so fine.
As AI.
Oh, wow. I don't know. That was strange.
I done come to this club about 11 times.
So he has a lot of hobbies, and I would love for all of those to be included in the sequel. Then I would actually want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know what the next part of the story is. The part that was interesting was that
it's actually supposed to include, like, the inner workings of Meta. It's based on the Facebook files, like the harmful inner workings of the company and, the world's biggest social network.
So they will not be on board with this. They will not endorse this movie. Because the first one...
Yeah, the first one made him seem like a hero. Yeah. Like, it was like, I'm just a genius. What can I do about it?
He paid for everyone to take the day off work and go watch the movie. He was like he thought he looked cool. You know? And this one...
I don't think this one's going to make him look cool.
Great.
But I also think it's impossible to make him look cool at this point.
Well,
only he can try and do that.
There's no Winklevi's. They're not getting my money.
All right, speaking of cool, here is a summer trend alert for you, and I don't think anybody drafted this.
Pistachio.
No, it's the Snowfer. Nike is exploring a new shoe hybrid, and it is already crushing it before it has even been released. The Snowfer is a loafer and sneaker combo. So if you picture those classic black leather loafers that your dad wore when people still carried around briefcases and stuff, it looks like that on top, but then the bottom looks like a traditional Nike sneaker. And these are already being resold on eBay for $500 a pop, even though they're not even technically released. I think they come out tomorrow, and I don't even see the original retail price of these, but as soon as people get a hold of them, they're ready to resell them. And then the second thing is the Snallerina shoe.
See, I think people just like to say these names.
A ballerina flat.
Right.
With sneaker on the bottom.
Yeah, that's not as clever as the snow. I mean, they're both stupid, but I think people just like to say, "Oh, are those Snowfers?" Yeah. No, these are my Snallerinas.
Wait a minute. Didn't you create something called the coasters for your feet or something? These are what was that?
You know what? I should sue Nike. You're right. This is getting very similar.
It's not the same at all.
What are you talking about, Allie?
Because this is a shoe, and yours is a dumb coaster that you put on your...
I think mine is explained perfectly in this jingle.
Kick your feet up on the table when you take a seat. Toasters, the coasters for your feet.
Boom. Lawsuit. That's dated back like 5 years ago, Nike. I'll see you in court.
That definitely cleared it all up. Thank you so much.
This was a coaster for you to rest your foot on when you sit down.
Why Klein doesn't have his own movie.
How has it gotten worse in 5 years?
It has gotten worse. This quality's gotten better. Did you not hear it?
Kick your feet up on the table when you take a seat.
Everybody.
Toasters.
The coasters for your feet.
Huh? You're going to put me out of a gig, man.
I know.
You got to start doing the intros for the show.
I was going to say put me out of my misery. All right. So you remember that iconic album cover from Blink-182, Enema of the State, where the nurse has the hat on and she's got that glove up. It's a super iconic
Jenna Jameson, right?
No, it's not Jenna Jameson. Jenna Jameson-esque, but she was I think she was an adult star.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, as well. I forget which one, and I'll pretend I don't know her name.
Her name is Janine Lindemulder.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds right. It was a J name. I knew that.
Right, I knew it.
So this was released in 1999, and she was one of the most famous. I mean, it's one of the most famous album covers ever. And now she has joined OnlyFans.
So if you want some
How old
nostalgic,
is this lady now?
Guys,
Coulda used
look
that
at a
99.
picture of her because she still looks super hot, and she's
Wait
all
a minute.
super
Is this the
tatted up
lady
now.
with the tatted neck and all that?
Yeah, she's got tattoos all over her neck and even on the side of her face and stuff. And I know you guys love that. So Enema of the State was originally out in 1999, and now this many years, 26 years later, she's finally doing an OnlyFans. But I think she's going to be very successful overnight simply because of nostalgia. People like nostalgia with sex too, guys.
A lot of teenagers in 99 were praying that this would happen. Finally, all these years later, like, my prayers have been answered.
Look at her picture, though. She looks hot.
Yeah, no, I think she'll do great.
She's obviously doing Botox or something.
And everyone has the nostalgia, and they go in. I guess I would like to see what she looks like naked now.
Yeah,
I owe it
because
to my younger self.
my 15-year-old me really wanted to see her naked, and now I can.
Back then, you could have watched it then.
I know, but now it's OnlyFans. It's all the rage. We get into a brand new hour of the show, and we do it just after this one from MyChem. Oh, it will be the greatest day of your life, and it all starts next here on KROQ.
When I was a young
Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Hell yeah, good morning. Welcome to your KROQ just after 10 o'clock. Officially, we are in summer hours now. Thanks for putting up with us for an additional hour of show. I'm Klein. That's Allie.
Morning.
DJ Omar Khan right there. You got
Gouge.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So, sorry, Allie, what's your famous quote again? The famous
Gouge.
Gouge. She told that to all the city council when she was yapping about free air. Video has been posted moments ago on Klein Alley Show Instagram. You can check it out there.
Yeah, she also said this.
Gas station owners.
Gas station owners.
You from Jersey?
Otherwise,
Where are you
assholes are gouging.
Allie got super nervous speaking in front of the
really
city
did.
council. So funny. Anyway, she's making a difference. That's why we're here every single morning, making a difference. I think the biggest athlete of our lifetime will be on our airwaves later this hour, and I'm not even saying that sarcastically at all. I mean, listen to just some of the many accomplishments.
Joey Chestnut is the greatest ever. He is the joke. He is the joeyest of all time. He is the only man to ever consume 70 hot dogs and buns here at Nathan's. He's done it now 3 times. You want to see greatness? Look to the left of your screen. Joey Chestnut, the knee plus ultra of human achievement, going to get north of 60 and pick up another belt. The #1
Last year, he did not do the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. It was a big deal, and I don't think anyone even cared about it on the 4th of July from Coney Island. But this year, he's back. He's going to be on our airwaves this hour.
Well, and then he did that face-off with Kobayashi, and he totally kicked his ass.
Destroyed him. That was the Netflix spectacular. And then, Allie, I think of all of his accomplishments, the thing that we don't spend enough time talking about is the one year where he was in the middle of eating and that guy dressed like Darth Vader, there was like a protester for animal rights.
Yeah.
He came on the stage, and I think Joey
Put him in a chokehold.
He put him in a headlock or something. Yeah.
He
destroyed him.
Wow,
Yeah.
he was still
and
eating
he kept
hot dogs.
eating.
And he kept eating and still won.
It's truly remarkable that this man is not a bigger sensation than he is, but he's going to be on with us this hour, and that's always a pleasure and an annual
Didn't we
tradition.
get him like a Pink's hot dog named after him?
We did get it. We've done a few things for Joey. I mean, we've thrown parades for him. Pink said that they would name a hot dog after the guy, but then I think Joey has some sort of a hot dog sponsorship. There was a conflict of interest, maybe.
Oh, I think he was promoting like a vegan dog or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and then they were like, we abolish you from the hot dog eating championship.
Joey Chestnut on with us later this hour. We'll also try to squeeze in a little round of Johnny Doesn't Know, because that always seems to put people in a good mood. And 562 wanted to start out this hour with a text. I'm listening to you all while I eat breakfast. Please do not do or say anything disgusting.
Oh, tough.
No promises there. But if you'd like to see us do disgusting things, we are also streaming live on YouTube right now with our brand new plaque. Thank you, YouTube, for that. We got plaque in the studio and plaque on the teeth. It's KROQ, Klein Alley Show. find out what's happening in neighborhoods all over Southern California on this Thursday morning before the 4th of July week can officially begin. We do have Joey Chestnut coming up and some Johnny Doesn't Know could score you tickets so you can head out. The Universal Studios got another 4-pack of those tickets for you coming up later, so be ready to win. And I know a lot of people are excited because we haven't given it away yet today. We keep teasing it, but when you have a prize this good, you got to dangle it.
God dangle.
Got to dangle that can of beans. Jake Shack beans and a tiny towel will be yours before we get out of here today.
It just sounds at this point.
Complete your perfect backyard barbecue this time of year. But right now, what's happening in your neighborhood? Let's find out.
Meet the neighbors. That's what you gotta do. Say hello, shake a hand, share a smile, and make a friend. Meet the neighbors. Their dog just crapped in your yard.
Thank you, Ray. That's Allie's real-life neighbor. Amateur/professional singer. And now we head to Jake's neighborhood. Jake lives in a shack in Burbank. That is true. But what's happening in your neighborhood, Jake?
This is from Sarah. She writes, "This might sound weird or needy, LOL. I moved here during COVID and can't seem to make friends. I'm a very young, friendly, and outgoing 70-year-old. I have tried Meetup, which either left me stuck with one weird person all night, and 2 other events where no one showed up.
Aww.
Then I tried Hank, which although still might be promising, but so far, same problem. Only one person signing up for the events I'm interested in."
Jake, you know what you got to do, man? You got to be this person's friend.
Yeah,
I know.
you do. I know. Are you going to do it?
Did you post this?
No, this is Sarah.
Okay, I know that's what you said, but I'm just wondering. So why don't you reach out? Take her out.
Take her out?
Take her out.
Like as a friend, but maybe.
Where? Where should I take her?
Well, you only go to one place. The bar.
Yeah, the sports bar?
Yeah, the sports bar near you.
Oh, yeah, let's take her to Champs.
See if she wants to do Magic the Gathering with you.
And she can meet Joyce.
So she hasn't met anybody?
She says she even tried community center for seniors thing. I walked in and back out as fast as I could without them thinking there was a fire. I'm too young to shuffle about. I've tried exchanging
anyone
numbers
who's
with
used the expression
shuffle about. She is.
If you've ever
old
used the
enough.
expression "shuffle about," you're not too young. Okay.
I know, and you love telling everyone that you're active.
Jake, I think you got to step up. I know she's like older than you by a few years, but I still think that you should be her friend. That'd be such a nice thing to do, and then it'd be so fun to find out that you made friends with this lonely 70-year-old in your neighborhood.
I'll hit her up. The last thing she said, she joined the YMCA, but haven't met anyone younger than 80.
That's Allie's.
I'm there. God damn it. There's also some high school kids that are a little intimidating, but once you talk to them, they're nice enough.
Allie's shuffling about at the YMCA. All right, well, I think you got to reach out and keep us abreast of the situation.
Oh, I'll keep you abreast.
I know you will. All right, Allie, what's happening?
You're going to grab an old breast.
What's happening in your neighborhood?
Well, this weirdo went into a city council meeting and did this.
Hello, Counsel. Thank you so much for letting me speak tonight about an issue that I have noticed and wanted to raise to people's attention.
We should post that, by the way, on Nextdoor.
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, good, because I want to see how many people go, "Get a life, loser." I don't think you're going to get what you're hoping for, which is a lot of people are like, "Preach on, girl."
This is going to be a true test. If I can rally the community around this and post this video and say, hey, what this woman is doing is really important, and then stage some kind of an intervention or some kind of next steps, I think I've got something here.
I want to share with you guys someone in the Valley Village neighborhood that I can relate with, because they wanted to alert the neighborhood to a stranded dog. Not sure what type of dog it is, but it appears to be cold and shivering on the side of the Coldwater area.
Is this a coyote?
Oh, Allie, it gets better. They've posted a picture to which the first comment is, "I think that's a bush and not a dog at all." A few other people can confirm, yes, that is a bush, that is not a dog. And now I want to point out, this man, like me, that one time stopped my car to try to rescue a dog, and it was a sculpture of a dog by a street. Terrible place to put a sculpture of a dog.
You have to comment and make him feel better.
This guy put a comment up on Nextdoor trying to save a shivering dog that was clearly just a bush blowing in the breeze. All right, now
you have to make sure he doesn't feel stupid.
I'm going to start like an Avengers for people that are non-heroes, like that have all tried to be heroic but have failed miserably.
Somebody who tried to save a bronze statue of a kid.
Yeah, like Right. Anyone who has ever attempted to try to step up and save the community only to realize that there was nothing to be saved.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of people said, thank you, sir. That bush could use some water, though, someone wanted to point out.
Oh,
so,
good.
Anyway, that's just some of what's happening in our neighborhoods. Thank you for participating and Meet the Neighbors.
I think we're doing our part.
Definitely doing our part. We take a super quick break. When we get back, Joey Jaws Chestnut, the finest athlete of our entire generation. No slight on Kobe. This guy's won more championships than anyone else. No one even comes close. He's on our airwaves next.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in L.A. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com. Rated KROQ. Helpful Honda sounds.
When you get a butt dial, Klein, is it just from your mom?
If my mom calls me 90% of the time, it is unintentional
yeah.
And it's her butt. And then when I tell her later, hey, you called me 9 times in a row this morning, she's always shocked.
But it's someone you talk to on a regular basis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Last night, I received a butt dial from someone that I don't talk to very often at all. And it was a very mysterious, very X-rated voicemail.
What do you mean X-rated? Like they were having sex?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm interested in what you think and what your theory is of what is on this voicemail, because this is just a piece of what I heard.
Ow. Ow. Oh, my God.
Gay. Right?
Vanessa, that's so quick to judge. What is that?
This goes on for minutes.
But maybe the guy needed help. Like he was pinned under like one of those IKEA furnitures to topple over on
He's
you.
in the bathroom after all those tacos.
Maybe this guy was $10K for LA.
Anything could have been going on, but it starts like this.
Hey, Siri, shut the up.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
So aggressive, man.
Wow.
Damn.
That's the first thing you heard?
Yeah, and this is a guy that I know, but I don't. I can't even tell you the last time the last time I talked to him on the phone was when I was trying to rekindle with old friends when we were doing our forced resolutions. So it's been a very long time since I talked to him. He hasn't called me since that rekindling
Let me try to
moment.
remember. This is when we forced you to call random people from your phone you haven't spoken to in a while.
Yeah, and this is the guy I went to
really
elementary school with.
Is this the guy that's like
He's like a rocket scientist or something at Stanford.
Oh, he's really smart.
He's super smart, and I called him, and he was like on the way to Curacao for a vacation.
He sounds smart based on how he yells "F you" at Siri.
You know what it reminds me of? Remember when that paraglider crashed and he had Siri call 911?
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Hey Siri, call 911.
Yes.
Call 911. Emergency.
Yeah.
Right?
That sound. Play yours, Allie. Now, hold on.
Ow. What the is the voice? Goddamn. Oh.
What happened?
Are you talking to me?
Can we find it? Do you have the guy's number?
Not only do I have his number, we decided to call him because I wanted to confront him about this and see if he remembers anything about this.
Well, let's just play some bets for a second, because if you get you wake up, you have a random long-ass voicemail. Usually, we all experience this, and it's someone that did not intend to call. And you usually just hear the sounds of pockets or someone walking. It's
yeah,
never
I woke
good.
up to it, and I was like, oh, this must be a drunk dial. But then as I'm listening to it, because remember Shannon Sharp did an accidental live stream of his sex?
Yeah, where's that audio? That sounded like...
That was a real weird...
It sounded like Chewbacca going to town.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like... Ugh. It was real guttural.
Yeah.
Right?
This is...
Do you have the audio of that?
Let me
Because
see.
that once again, another accidental, and I think he accidentally...
Klein's never been so jealous.
Man, I've never made that noise or made anyone make that noise. I mean, it's wild. I got to start doing that more. Maybe I just...
What's you? Ow. I'm this person's end. It's not done at all.
And this is your guy.
Yeah.
How long did this message go on for, you got?
3 minutes?
Wow. All right. Well, hold on. Vanessa says he's on the hotline now. Let me say hi to... Should we say his name? You think he's going to want anonymity?
Peter.
Oh, hold on. Let me get him on. Hold on 1 second.
Sounds like he's playing with a Peter.
Hey, hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Hi. Welcome to live radio. You're on KROQ. What the hell was that?
Well, I think we all know what happened.
No, none of us know what happened at all.
Either you fell out of an airplane or you were having sex with Shannon Sharp. We don't know. We don't know what happened.
And an accident happened, and, Allie got the best of it.
What was the accident?
What do you want me to say, Kevin?
We want you to tell us what happened exactly, because this is
painkillers.
There's words that I can't say on the radio. That
well, don't worry, we bleeped them the first time around.
Can you in a slightly cleaned up version? You hurt your junk, or is this in the backside?
No, just good times with whatever.
What? Oh man,
this is less clear than the voicemail you left me.
So
I want to party with Peter now.
Peter, is there?
Peter has a boat. Remember?
Is there another person involved in this, or is this just you?
There's another person, of course.
Oh, there is.
But yeah.
So this is. So we are hearing.
Do you want to talk to her right now?
Here she is.
Allie, you know Trisha.
Yes, I do know Trisha. Hi, Trisha.
Kevin knows you too. Kevin knows Allie too.
Hello.
Hey, Trisha.
Hi.
Hi. You know this message that is this your boyfriend or husband or what's this one night stand?
My husband.
Husband. Do you know this message he accidentally left on Allie's phone? I mean, listen. I don't know if you heard that. Listen.
Shut the f*** up. Ow. Ow.
You know about this at all, Trisha?
No, didn't know about
that. Ow.
You gotta be more careful.
This is the volume. Goddamn. Oh. Are you talking to me?
Now, Trisha, are you
Is Trisha there?
Are you
or no?
involved in this? Because you're not on this recording at all.
No.
You were not involved in this, or you were there?
I don't believe I was there. And if I was, maybe...
He's in the back.
Put it back on the phone. Put it back on the phone.
Was Peter on poppers or something?
Okay, are drugs and sex involved, or both?
What?
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 Hold on. Guys, I am more confused now.
Totally.
Than I was at the beginning of this call.
Darn it.
Peter, was this a pleasure message or a pain message? Because we really can't tell.
I don't know if I want to continue this conversation.
Really? It's that private, Peter.
What did you say to her?
We just asked if she knows what that is. What is that? By the way, of all of the times to accidentally call someone and leave a message, I mean, this was a choice moment that Allie came in the morning. She goes, "You got to hear this message I got in the middle of the night."
It's not done at
What
all.
time did this message come in, Allie? Midnight?
12:30.
12:30 she got this. You're having a late night.
It's not done at all. Hey, did he have one of those 4-hour Viagra boners?
Oh.
All right, now I got to go back to my cell phone. Now I got to listen to the voicemail. Now I got to do a lot of stuff.
We'll play you the voicemail in its entirety.
I don't want to hear
Allie has the voicemail. We're all listening. It's a giant mystery.
Yeah, you heard it. I didn't hear it.
Someone's guessing maybe Peter has fleas too. Is it possible that he got the fleas?
I don't have fleas.
K-Rock. We are Klein Alley Show. But enough about us. Let's talk about the greatest athlete to ever live in our lifetime. And some people don't think competitive eating is a sport. Those people are just plain wrong. That's all there is to it. Last year, I think we were all equally shocked when we heard this news break.
Is going to be missing this 4th of July.
Champion Joey Chestnut is out. According to Major League Eating, Chestnut is representing a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs.
I thought it was a joke at first. I couldn't believe it. And then Joey came on to confirm the rumors were true, and it was sad for us all. But then we found out after the fact that he was going to be competing against Kobayashi, his former rival. It was a Netflix show that happened, I believe, last Labor Day. And so people still got to see Joey devour hot dogs. But this year, he is returning to his rightful throne. And I don't even know how many championships you've had, Joey, because we've been friends for so long. But first of all, welcome back to K-Rock and congratulations on returning.
Oh, thank you so much. Great to be on with you again. Man, yeah, I'm going for number 17.
So, Joey, 17. What changed? Did they come crawling back?
I wouldn't say no. They didn't come crawling back, but I think what you heard, they no longer they realized that company Impossible really isn't a competitor to them. The Impossible's hot dogs, they're not sold next to Nathan's hot dogs, and I think they and maybe I dug in my heels a little bit too hard last year and. We didn't communicate enough. But
were the ratings down, Joey? I mean, you know the answer to this. Were ratings down last year without you there eating? They must have been.
Less people were betting, less people were watching.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, to be like, yeah, it's good for me that I'm back. It's good for them that I'm back, and we were able to communicate and figure it out.
Joey Chestnut, for those of you that are not aware, and you should all be aware, is the number one ranked competitive eater in the world, has been for so many years. Hot dogs are his thing, but he's destroyed. I mean, I usually go over it and talk about the 97 pounds of bratwurst you've eaten or the 573 shrimp you ate in 5 minutes.
I know, he's doing challenges all year that we don't even talk about enough.
Yeah, that's the wild thing. Is so much of the stuff you do, which is so effing incredible, just slides under the radar because people think of you as the 4th of July guy that just hibernates all year, but that's not the case. You're eating, what was the last thing you ate and won competitively?
Oh, my gosh. I think I did 15 pounds of smoked bologna. And when I lived in Knoxville.
That's such a specific food.
That's just like a random. What does that pay, by the way, when you win that much? Like, what's that for? A couple thousand?
I think there was a $5,000 purse. First place.
Purse.
But it's, you know what? I my manager hates this, but I would do it for free because I love it so much. There's no better feeling than like you're lining up next to these dudes and you're pushing each other and like you just know that their best. Isn't
good enough. There's no better feeling than eating 15 pounds of smoked bologna.
Joey, not to bring shrimp up again, but have you done a shrimp challenge, and how many shrimp did you eat?
Yeah, he did. He won a shrimp challenge.
Oh, yeah. So I set a new record for shrimp cocktail last December. I think it was 20 pounds. There was a little bit of cocktail sauce that might not have gotten in my mouth. It kind of dripped through. But it was... My body digests shrimp like crazy.
Hey, would you consider shrimp a treat?
Shrimp? No, I think it should be a regular food group. I think it needs its own layer on the pyramid.
Okay,
so even more
than a treat. Next level.
And remind me, what is the world record for hot dogs you have right now? Is what, 74?
76.
How dare you, Allie? I made a lot of money the year Joe went 76, and he was on our show right before he did that, and he said, I'm feeling loose. Weather conditions are going to be great. There's certain times going into 4th of July week and 4th of July weather, you say it's going to be a little stickier, the hot dogs go down smoother, but you were like well aware. You knew that year was going to be the year you were not going to stop. I think 80 is what you want to hit eventually, right?
Yeah, it's definitely doable. But like you said, weather is it's important. And when it's hot out, oh man, when it's hot out, my body it's just I'm sweating like a madman. It's just rough.
You have just an incredible metabolism, Joey.
It works. It doesn't work quite as well as it used to. So in between contests, I have to eat a little bit healthier.
And is there a food challenge that you've ever turned down?
Oh, yeah, every year there's one or two of them. Raw oysters, I haven't done. Just the texture, I think, would get to me. It's a little bit too salty. And I Rocky Mountain oysters. For some reason, people like to do that contest, and I think I would just get too nauseous.
Yeah, here we are now, about a week away from the big competition happening on Coney Island, Nathan's 4th of July. This is when you've already begun the stretching of the stomach, right? Is this where you start chugging all the fluids and getting yourself ready? Because there's a whole art to it. You don't just show up, chug some coffee, and go eat some hot dogs. I mean, you've been training for this. You do have to train just like any sort of Olympic athlete.
Oh, no. So it's like this year didn't get to train quite as much as I liked, but I'm still like 7 weeks. I had 7 weeks of training for this contest, and it's every 5th or 6th day I'm doing a practice, and then there's recovery, and then there's cleanse.
Who's your biggest competition right now? Because I know there's a few guys that always, you've had a target on you for so long. I mean, to be dominant in anything, for the amount of time that you've been dominant in competitive eating, as you said, 17, you've done this now. There was only a couple of years you fell apart. 1 year, I think you got engaged. Women mess up everything. You got engaged. That screwed you up. But since then, you've been just...
I didn't eat so many hot dogs.
You've been so I just want sushi. And he's like, I'm doing hot dogs again. That's the contest. But, Joey, you've been so dominant for so long that everyone wants to take down... To beat you is everything. And no one has done it in forever now. Who is your competition?
It's easy. This year, I think it's James Webb, Australian guy. He's got these big jaws. He beat me in chicken wings again. So he's the only one who's beat me in a long time in anything. So it's I need to just if I get lazy, he'll be trying to capitalize. So I need to have a good day.
We wanted to make sure that we gave you the added advantage that you need, and we always try to do something special for you. So we have a special coach who's on the phone right now. This coach, you are known as the GOAT as it pertains to competitive eaters, but we do have Allie's real-life mother on the phone right now.
Oh, my God.
And
why?
she is known as she is known as the throat goat, and I'll tell you why in a second, Joey. I'm sure you can figure it out. Hey, Allie's mom, good morning.
Good morning.
You're on with the number one ranked competitive eater in the world, Joey Jaws Chestnut.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, listen, you are the throat goat. Would you like to give Joey any advice before he attempts to fit 80 hot dogs in his mouth this weekend?
Just keep the back of the throat relaxed.
Oh, my God. What is happening?
I like it's good advice. And relax, stay calm, and
relax.
just
Yep. Breathe through the nose.
Oh, my God.
breathe through the nose and keep swallowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. There you have it. Well, there you go. Some special coaching from Allie's mom, the throat goat.
Throat goat?
All right. Thanks everyone. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Allie's mom. Always a treat.
Of course. Bye-bye.
There she goes. Hey, Joey, the reason that we call her that is because Allie's had a lot of dads. You know what we're saying?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
I'll go to more specifics. She's always.
Thank you. They're actual dads. I have 3.
She's done a good job of marrying up every couple of years, and we assume it's because she's got a skill that a lot of women.
At one point she said 15 minutes is all it takes.
Right.
And she said that during the holidays, which was fun.
What is the over-under set at this year, Joe? I haven't looked at the gambling yet for this year.
Gambling's weird. I think some people are saying 72, which is going to be. It's hard to say. This weather, New York weather right now is stupid.
Yeah, I heard they have a crazy heat wave. It's just insane humidity. It's making it hard for people to even walk outside.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to breathe. So it might slow me down with the hot dogs.
Historically,
it's
harder for you to eat when it's hot.
Yeah. Record-breaking temperature is right around that 75, 73. And if it's in high 80s, it's going to be oppressive.
Well, listen, we've got quite a history together. We're the only people that ever felt the need to throw you a victory parade, which we've done more than a few times, shutting down streets to celebrate you. The world does not give you the credit you deserve. You've once again brought glory back to this country from Japan by destroying Kobayashi live on Netflix. Now you're back to Nathan's where you belong. 4th of July, this guy truly is, no offense to Allie's mom, this guy truly is the GOAT in the world of putting phallic-shaped things in his mouth, and we will be watching you on the 4th of July, rooting for you. As every year we ask that you do some sort of a thing to the camera right when you get to the 69th hot dog.
And every year you just, kind of do your own thing.
And every
year, the thing was to keep eating, right?
Yeah, that's right. So if you get to the 69th hot dog, as a little hello to all of our listeners, just keep eating.
No, I'm gonna stand up straight and I'm gonna smile at 69.
If at one point, I'm serious now, this year, all kidding aside, you are the GOAT. I've never asked this before. Would you take 2 hot dogs and slap yourself on the face with them at the same time at some point during the competition? Please.
Oh my God, that'd be hard.
Yeah, because he's so focused.
I'm going to try to find a way to do it.
Yeah, thank you. Please do. We'll be watching.
We'll watch all the way to the end. I'll figure it out.
He's the best,
Even
guys.
after he knows he wins, then he just takes him and goes, la, 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 la.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll be a good championship. Joey, we love you, dude, and we can't wait to watch you dominate yet again. The great Joey Chestnut, finest athlete of the world. Thanks, Joey. We'll talk to you after the big tournament, and good luck and congratulations.
Take care. Stay hungry, boys.
Stay hungry. There he is. Joey Josh Chestnut getting actual advice from Allie's mom, the throat goat.
Very graphic advice.
Pre-4th of July holiday miracle on the world famous KROQ. KROQ, Klein, Allie Show. We're going to wrap up the show with some takeaways in just a moment, and we're going to see if Jake wants to hop on the scale, give us his weekly weigh-in, because he said he's feeling real svelte today. So we'll get to that after Miles Smith on KROQ. KROQ, Klein, Allie show. Caller 20. Let's go ahead and instantly make your backyard barbecue more fun right now by giving you the ultimate grilling backyard barbecue kit, which includes not only a tiny towel that's used only for PG fluids or grill cleaning. Please don't use it on your own bodily fluids if they come from south of the equator, according to Vanessa.
And your very own can of Jake Shack beans.
People love Jake Shack beans. And it's I'm not even going to play you all of these celebrities that have endorsed this product because clearly it's all fake. But they are, they're not real celebrities.
Blippi, who was not talking about taking a dump on his own chest using Jake Shack beans.
Yeah, I don't think that was the real Blippi. Nor do I think that was the real Trump that endorsed the product as well.
Oh, that's right.
But Jake is, his jingle for Jake Shack beans is very catchy.
Let's play that one more time because I do enjoy that.
He's very proud of the jingle as well. Although there's a lot of people that have concerns about the jingle.
My dog Jake Shack likes to roam. One day Jake Shack left his home.
See, other people are trying to do fun songs as well, but nothing will be as good as the original, the Jake Shack bean jingle, which, by the way, Jake, I just want to point out, your beans are the top-selling beans made by a man who lives in a shack. So here you go, folks.
Hey, buddy, where you buy your beans? If you don't buy your beans at Jake Shack, you gotta buy better beans, buddy. Because Jake Shack beans the best beans you can buy. Jake Shack beans. Down here at Jake Shack, we make beans where they're supposed to be made. In a shack. Jake Shack beans. Jake Shack. Wake up here to walk in your black. Get your beans at the Jake Shack. Jake Shack beans. Woo-hoo! Get one time. Pick up here to walk in your black. Get your beans at the Jake Shack beans. Yee-hoo!
Jake Shack beans, as 818 says, the second most successful beans to ever be on the airwaves of KROQ. Well said, 818. And we'd love to give away this backyard barbecue kit to caller 20, which puts us in Upland. Then we say good morning to Paul. Hi, Paul.
Hey, what's up, Klein? How's it going?
It's going fine for us, but better for you. You've got your very own tiny towel featuring the face of Vanessa, please no jizz, and your own can of Jake Shack beans.
Jake Shack beans!
All right, great. hold on, enjoy your can of beans.
What are we doing?
Believe it or not, today's the day we received our 100,000 follower plaque on YouTube. So
I think that's gone back under 100,000.
With content like this, we may have to send that thing right back. All right, let's do some takeaways. And Jake, why don't you get in here since we're talking about you? Let's go ahead and get you on the scale and see how much you weigh right now. We'll do some takeaways from today's show and then officially get the hell out of here. All
so many takeaways this morning. Let's see. 626, my takeaways. Klein's motto is less phlegm, more fun on the show.
That's the goal.
818, Jake has skinny white guy confidence. 909, my takeaway is the true leak here is not our balls, it is our wallets.
Oh, yeah.
But the true leak here is not our balls, it is our wallets.
Yeah, check out the clip of Allie speaking to City Council. You think we wasted your time this morning? Oh, wait till you see all the time she wasted of those fine people in City Hall.
Hard-working people. 310, my takeaway is make sure you check your emails, everyone.
Yeah, wink, wink.
818, Nike ripped off Klein's Toasters idea. 774, someone please claim your shivering bush. 614, Jake hates nature. And 510, my takeaway is trivia about sports, video games, and North Korea are boy questions.
All boy questions today, and Allie knows the news, supposedly. Yeah. Jake has got that skinny guy confidence because of Lasara.
Lasara.com, promo code Jake10 for 10% off your entire treatment plan.
If enough of you sign up, he promises to never rap on the airwaves of KROQ ever again. So that's a good reason to sign up. And Jake's going to head over to the scale right now. Your weight last week was 164 pounds. When we started this thing, you were almost 205 pounds. So do some math there, Allie, because I can't. But, man, that's a lot of weight he lost. So he's making his way over to the scale right now. This is an official scale that he found in the backyard of someone's house. And he is down to, I cannot believe I'm seeing this continue to drop. He's down to 93 pounds. It's truly unbelievable. That's 1 week. Man, that's wild. 100. He lost another pound, 163 pounds right now. So Jake keeps on shedding the weight.
Over 40 pounds now.
Yeah, we're like at 40.
That's crazy.
That's like those commercials where you pull your pants out, you know, and you're like, look, I can fit two of me in here.
You should do that. Yeah, you should do that for Lasara. Get your fat pants that you ripped.
Oh, yeah. I still have them.
You could be the new Jared from
For
Subway.
some reason.
You could be the new Jared guy.
Yeah, but
You'll get back into them, dude.
Yeah.
But really, I've just been wearing the same pants. They're stretched out. I just use a tighter belt.
Well, I think it's great.
We need to do a shopping spree with Jake.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Now that Jake's real skinny, we got to send him right to Beverly Hills, like in Pretty Woman.
Oh, my God.
Guy's going to get the full-on treatment, dude.
And they're like, this man is a lesbian hooker. Get out of here.
Here's our lesbian hooker section.
That guy must be a bean billionaire. All right, we're going to get out of here. Have a great day, and we'll do it again and try to do it better. Follow us if you're not already on Instagram, Klein Alley Show. Check out the podcast and YouTube. Bye.
That they feel that they feel that